It's a new show. Yes, it is.
New day.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new show.
It's a brand new
It's
day.
a new day from
And I'm
Dr. Horrible
feeling gay.
No, that's not how it
That's not
goes.
it, but it's acceptable.
Anyway, hey everybody, it's a new show. It's called Magicast Party. It's a role-playing show. We're gonna be playing a game.
Who's that?
What?
That's us.
It's us.
Oh.
I already feel the need for music.
I can't do anything about this.
Well,
Well, hold on.
lo-fi hit.
I mean, you can do things about your music. You sure can. Do you want smooth jazz? I got smooth jazz in my likes.
We need
Yes,
lo-fi fantasy beats.
let's
Lo-fi
look for
Roll
casual.
Fantasy.
Are you calling us casuals?
Also, make
Yeah.
sure it's not illegal that we have it.
Yeah. Okay.
Meanwhile, I will
Let's
be
go to
playing,
Incompetech.
3
Hold
Days
on.
Grace. Because I never left my emo phase.
Adventure Meme by Kevin McLeod. Hold on. What's that sound like? That's incredibly loud and also not at all what I want.
That's very 8-bitty.
I'm trying to find something like relax. This has the word relaxed in it.
Nice. So it must be.
Just crazy intense.
Also, if what I'm saying is true, that's only 2 minutes 51 seconds.
It'll loop.
I see. Duh.
Everybody, hey, but it's Cat and Magicast Party. Okay, so we're going to be playing a game called Monster of the Week. All of these fools have already made their characters. I don't know if they know how to play the game, which might be an issue. So
Nope.
Let's go.
We'll get there.
I believe I rolled dice and then
Things
I
happen.
declared the victor.
All right, so this game's called Monster of the Week.
Nice.
It's based on the what's it called?
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse World
Powered by
series
the
of get powered by the Apocalypse. It uses the same kind of system. So this is a 2d6 game. There are no d20s are banished to the Shadow Realm.
Sad.
Also, Josh is not in the
Josh
game.
is not in the game. Another thing.
Oh yeah.
So there's a basically the way Apocalypse World games work is you roll 2d6 and that determines your result. So the results range from if you get a 6 or below, you completely fail at the thing you were trying to do. If you get a 7 to 9, it's a mixed success, which means you get to do the thing, but there's some kind of like cost or something that it will take you to do. And on a 10 plus, you completely succeed at the thing you were going to do, and you look super cool. Hi, Nalar.
Nice.
So,
Hey, Nylar.
so yeah. So the moves in this game are you do a move when if you want to do something that like a normal person can do, then it just happens. Like if you want to be like I want to drink a glass of water, I'm like, yeah, you do that. You don't need to roll for that. That'd be crazy. Moves
What
are,
if I want to drink a glass of water, but in the coolest way possible?
That'd be a chop.
that may be act
Wait,
under pressure
wait.
depending on how much social pressure you're putting upon yourself. Anyway, we'll get to that.
I want to
So
drink
moves.
water
Nope.
and
Shut
be
up. I'm reading.
possible.
Damn.
So I need to switch back to this. Rolled with weird. Rolled 8. Oh, you rolled an 8.
Yeah, I
Weird.
to drink my water weird.
Cool. Oh, you did it. You drank your water, and everybody's like, ugh. So moves are what happens when you do something normal people can't do, such as casting a magic spell. Something dangerous, such as getting into a fight with a monster. Something that's more exciting if we don't just decide the outcome on our own. For example, seeing if your hunter's lie to a monster attack victim has any repercussions. Moves are triggered when a specific situation happens. So you don't like say you're doing a move, you describe to me what you want to do, and I will decide what move applies, if any. So after you recognize the move's trigger, it will tell you what to do. Moves can ask you to roll the dice, grant you a special ability that you can use whenever you want, give you a bonus to certain rolls, give you extra options in certain situations. So the basic moves there are 8 of them. There is Act Under Pressure, which is used for any difficult or dangerous action that isn't covered by another move. Act Under Pressure is kind of the coverall for like if you're in a stressful situation and you're not doing something specific that falls under one of the other categories, that's what it'll be. There's help out, which lets you help another hunter do something. If you succeed, you give them basically a +1, which can be the difference between a failure and a success, or a mixed success and a complete success. But if you fail on that roll, you expose yourself to the danger. There's Investigate a Mystery, which is used to work out what kind of monster you're dealing with, what it can do, what it's planning. There is Kick Some Ass, which is a good name for our move, and it's used for fighting monsters specifically, but also people, I guess. There is Manipulate Somebody, which is Manipulate Someone, which is when you try to get someone to do something for you. You have to give them some kind of reason, but that's the role you would use. There is Protect Someone, which is used to save someone from danger. There is Read a Bad Situation, which is used to work out what dangers are immediately threatening you. For instance, if you think you're walking into a trap or want to do some tactical analysis. And there is Use Magic, which you use to cast magic spells, like some sort of weird wizard or shit. In addition, hunters have their own like cool moves that they can do based on their playbooks, which we can get into in a bit. So their different ratings are cool, tough, charm, sharp, and weird. You've already picked out stats for those. Those correlate to specific moves, like cool is used for acting under pressure, helping out. Tough is used for kick some ass and protecting someone, etc., etc. These range from -1, which is bad, to +3, which is phenomenal. 0 is average. And these are bonuses, basically just bonuses you can get to help you do your tasks based on your character. And now I scroll through a bunch of shit because it just lists all the playbooks in the book that I'm reading for like session numero uno.
Also, the music didn't loop at all.
Oh, well, rip. I guess it's just going to be weirdly quiet. I mean, you guys can play jazz on your end or whatever, but I don't,
I'm playing 3 days straight. I never liked my
Smooth jam.
Okay, so
Well,
you've all made your characters. So,
Yes.
let's go ahead.
Can I change mine entirely?
No. No, you can, I had it really low, Molo guy, so it's fair if you didn't hear it, but it's fine. It was mostly for me anyway. Once you pick your hunter playbook, work through it, create your hunter, which you've done. Making the choices your playbook gives you. You've done that. We've already kind of spent a lot of time in DMs and such, making characters and all that jazz. When you've reached the introduction section, you'll take turns introducing your hunter to the others. Describe how your hunter looks, the main things the team would know about you. What are you good at? What drives you? What personality traits stand out? The keeper or other hunters might have some questions for you too. Answer them as appropriate. So, that's what we're going to start with, is your character introductions. I need to open a different document than the one I have open. And there's also some relationship stuff in there that we decide at this stage, but I don't know if I want to do that, given that I don't think any of your characters have any reason to know each other.
That's fair. Especially mine.
Yeah.
Guys, how do I finish doing the avatar thing?
You just use snip and copy it. That's what I've been doing.
Oh,
You can just use
thank
the
you.
tool and save the image.
don't
Yeah,
tell chat that I'm incompetent.
You're welcome.
I think they know.
Chat, Josh is finishing his character as we speak.
No, I'm just doing the avatar part, so I'm not a tree.
Oh, yeah, because you're still Tree Man.
So
from
I hate to
Masks.
break it to you, Josh. Wait, so you were a tree.
So,
I was.
Swissy, I'm just gonna go. I mean, I'm not gonna go alphabetically. I'm just gonna start with Swissy. So, which class are you?
God damn you.
Which class were you?
Anyway,
Are you the expert?
I am the expert.
Leon.
Okay. So,
Wait, no, that's the professional,
introductions.
sorry.
Go around the group on your turn, introduce your expert by name and look, and tell the group what they know about you, which is nothing. So just tell us a little bit about West.
Okay. West Wordsworth is his name.
Yeah. You
and
can tell us your
basically-
moves, too, if you want.
Sure. Let me see here.
Also, you guys are going to have to keep track of your moves and what they do, because if I open it, it will show up on the stream, and that will be too rough.
And weird.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so West basically, being the expert that he is, knows a lot, theoretically, about monsters and such.
Oh boy.
He didn't used to know a lot about it, but he kind of picked up a passion for it for reasons that will probably become clear over time.
So he read
That's a
the
secret
Wikipedia
mouse
page
tool
over
that will
it.
come up later.
Oh boy.
How do I apply the avatar?
You have to go into
God,
these.
go into
You have to go in your
page and
roll
click the
20
upload button.
settings.
No. If you go on your character page and upload it, and then switch your rolling setting on the page to that character, it will change your avatar.
Oh, that's fun. Anyway,
That's a new
Swissy.
feature. If you look at mine, look.
Yeah, I
So,
see that.
I
Swissy may
I've
continue.
switched, now I'm me again. Now I'm my character again. Now I'm me again. Now I'm my character.
Boco,
Swissy.
I will kill you.
I'm pretty
Please
sure
let Swissy
Boco's
finish.
a wizard.
I'm not.
Please let Swissy
All right.
finish.
No.
West is the lead singer for the band Journey.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
That's crazy. Dude.
You did
I'm
not
not
discuss.
expecting-
This was not discussed ahead of time.
I was expecting that. It's not Journey.
That's not true, but West's
It
dad,
sure isn't.
whose name is Kenneth Wordsworth,
Yes.
also known as Kenny.
Kenny.
Single dad, raised West and his sister, and he's the baseball coach at Maplebrook University. He used to be a baseball star there, and so he decided, I'm gonna lead the next generation into that kind of thing. So he
That
works
kind
at
of thing
Maplebrook.
being baseball.
That kind of baseball, yes. Originally from Minneapolis, all of them.
Yeah, so Maplebrook, I should read read a little summary of the town at some point
Yeah.
too, but we can go through the characters first.
Sure. Anyway, West is kind of estranged from his father for other reasons that will become apparent, but mainly
another secret
account of
Mousketool.
on account of West's field of research of proving monsters' existence and all that shit. As far as West knows, they don't exist, but he's trying to prove for himself that they do. He has never encountered monsters or had many supernatural encounters of any kind, which is weird because he's the expert.
Don't
but he
worry,
has other information.
The secret Mousketool
was
will
left
come up
behind
later.
for
Yes.
Is the expert in quotation marks?
Yeah.
For
He's
now.
the expert.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who wants to go next?
Oh, also he's a sophomore at Maplebrook. He just transferred there. So
Yeah. So I think all
we
of
had
you
to
have.
pick our year of school.
I
No,
think.
I mean, you don't have to.
At least two of you have decided you're in your sophomore year for one reason or another. I don't know if Josh decided or not. We could just say that you're in your sophomore year for convenience.
You are
That
in.
works for
He
me.
is in a sophomore year. So every 4 years you go through just the 4 numbers, and it's just.
Oh,
recent
also I'll
different.
send a picture of West to chat.
Okay, if you must.
I mean, I feel like
So
it,
who wants to go next? Neither of you answered my question.
I
are you-
will go.
Once
once I figure out
Swissy,
how
did
to
you want
set
to?
up my picture.
Swissy, did you want to read the moves you've
I'm very
selected?
slow at this.
I can see
Did I-
that, Josh.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh,
Swissy,
There.
nice.
Boy, why are you so basic?
because that's literally his character.
Anyway,
He's
Josh, how
just-
much pale
sophomore is your second year
I
of
don't know.
schooling.
I picked
Ah!
the palest skin option.
Ah! Sorry,
So-
Ninja, go ahead.
Sophomore is your second year of schooling, Molokai.
Yeah.
Swissy, do you want to read off the moves?
Why
that
was
you've
Swissy
got?
yelling?
I don't know.
Because!
Because every time
wait,
I
is
tell
he
him to
not done?
talk, you guys start talking.
We're busy.
I thought you said
Okay.
someone should go next.
This is
Well,
bad
then he
podcasting.
said Swissy over and over and over again, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out what.
Do you want to
All
read
right,
your
please
moves?
go ahead,
Do you want to
Swissy.
read the moves you have selected?
Yes, I do. Okay. God, free me from this purgatory.
No.
So, my
So,
moves...
Josh.
I will,
Yes,
I will
Coach.
fucking
I will
mute
kill
you.
you. Okay, so the first move, no particular order. I've read about this sort of thing, which is where I will roll sharp instead of cool when I act under pressure, which is good because my cool sucks.
Yeah, you're not cool at all.
My other skill is preparedness. When I need something unusual or rare, I'll roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, I have it right there and now. On a 7 to 9, I have it, but not here. It'll take some time to get. And on a miss, I know where it is, but it's somewhere really bad.
Same.
And that's all the moves I got.
Yeah, and then
I
you
also have
you
havens, but I
you
don't
also
think
have a
I have those yet.
haven, but you also have a haven, but you don't have access to that yet because it'd be wild, given that you're
Yeah,
just
so we'll
moving
just-
here for the first time.
Yeah,
So
we can
so
get it
now
later
who
then.
wants to go next?
I will go.
Hey,
All right, Josh.
First, a question.
Tell me about Connor. Yes.
Boco, did you set up those macros yourself for rolling weird, or is that built in?
It's built into the
if you
sheet.
go it's into the sheet, yeah.
There's a little like dice icon next to most of the stuff, and that's how you can do that.
Yeah.
Is it on my character sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to the tab character sheet, you'll see the little dice icons next to your stat.
Oh, like this one.
Yes.
Oh wow, Josh is really cool.
Oh my God, Josh rolled the
for
highest
you,
cool
bud.
possible. So Josh, what
You know,
would you like
that's
to tell
just
me
a
about?
subtle flex there.
What would you
Coolsville
like to
sucks.
tell the class about Conner Kaldwin von Helsig?
Okay, so essentially, given that we haven't talked about the town yet, there is a vampire family
Yes,
that lives in the
there's
town.
there's a vampire family in the town called the von Helsigs.
The von Helsigs. And so they're basically like the other monsters that live in the town. They're like all clandestine, right? Like they're trying to hide from normal people.
Right.
So my guy is part of that family. He's actually a half vampire. His mom is Serana von Helsig, and his dad is a guy named Grant Kaldwin. The vampires are in this town are mostly like professionals, like business people. So his mom works in insurance, and his dad works in wealth management. So they're very busy a lot of the time. He has a little sister named Elizabeth, and he is Dracula von Helsig's great grandnephew.
Oh, did I not mention that the actual Dracula lives in this town?
Yeah, it's the actual Dracula. So, as a vampire, he's got some cool vampire stuff that will happen
As it
and
happens.
develop as the story goes on. And currently, he's attending college to go to the business school because basically everyone in his family attends business school
Right.
and finds something to do in business. He, as like a person, he mostly is just tries to be nondescript, mostly because he doesn't really want. He doesn't want to draw attention to the fact that he is a von Helsig, just because it comes with, even though people don't know that they're vampires, there's like already a certain stigma to them, just being like
Around.
like a very
Very-
wealthy sort of like old family.
Yeah.
So he mostly just
They
tries
old
to.
money.
Yeah, so he mostly just tries to skirt on by, doing his
Hit the
usual
dab.
thing. And I also made his avatar look just like mildly upset about something, which is really funny to me.
I see. So, as the monstrous, you're a half vampire. What moves did you pick?
So,
We
the
got
first
one
thing
bit.
I get to
Hold
pick.
up. We got one bit
First-
from Malagai for the roll.
Oh
4d20.
hell yeah!
Anyway,
Wait,
Thank
we
you,
almost
Malagai.
got 60. We got
Wait.
about as close as I think we were going to 69. Please don't try to top it.
wait. If we like this old coin that Mola guy's throwing at us, does that make us Rhea?
Maybe.
What?
You've brought this up apropos of nothing. Josh, please continue with your moves.
Anyways, so as the monstrous, I get to first start off by picking a curse.
Oh boy.
Right.
Connor's curse is feed, so he must subsist on living humans. Vampire.
Right. Yeah.
And if a perfect opportunity to feed presents itself, he needs to act under pressure to not feed,
To not do it.
to not do it. So that's why he has high cool, because acting under pressure is a cool thing.
Right.
And then his, in addition to the basic moves, he has unholy strength, where he rolls his weird instead of his tough when he uses kick some ass, which is like the attack move.
Right.
And his other move is unquenchable vitality, which is whenever he's taken harm, he can attempt to heal himself by rolling cool. On 10 plus, he heals 2 harm and stabilizes injuries. On a 7 to 9, he heals 1 harm and stabilizes. And on a miss, his injuries worsen.
Oh.
F.
And so those are the 2 things he gets to do. Plus, any vague magic stuff that it is decided he can do as a vampire for like just rolling plus weird. That the whole like all the magic the vampires can do is not super fleshed out yet.
Yeah. We can do it. We can get there. Okay, so, and then, Boco, your character, please, ma'am.
Okay. I am playing Adva Lucitania. Her playbook is the Divine. Her looks are woman, placid eyes, and casual clothes. If you guys remember, you were supposed to pick those on your character sheets.
They do.
I did.
have
I
a
am
visual
man,
for my
dark
character.
aura, casual clothes. I didn't think that was that relevant though.
Literally, I have a full body picture, so.
It's a fun thing to do with the Powered by Apocalypse things.
Yeah, you
They
pick a
have
look.
character descriptions.
Oh, I forgot to say my natural attack. Is that important?
Eh.
There's
Okay.
There's
a option in one of the other Powered by the Apocalypse games to give you a quote weird body.
That's incredible.
It's for one of the mages in Adventure World.
I see. Go on, please.
Yeah.
Not about that bullshit. About your character, please.
Yes. Sorry, I had to type something. Anyway, the moves I have are Angelings. You can instantly go anywhere that you have been before or to a person you know well. When you carry one or two people with you, roll plus weird. On a plus 10, you go where you wanted. On a 7 to 9, you don't quite manage it. Either you all appear in the wrong place or you are separated. I also have what I need when I need it. You may store any small object you own, putting it into a magical space nobody can get to. You may retrieve anything you stored at any time. It appears in your hands.
All
I
right.
think it's a third one.
My third one's at the very bottom. These are very wordy. My last one is Cast Out Evil. You may banish an unnatural creature from your presence. Roll plus tough on 10 plus. It is banished on a 7 to 9. It takes a little while for the banishing to take place. The creature has time to make 1 or 2 actions. Either way, the banished creature is unharmed and you have no control of where it goes. This move may be used on unnatural hunters, e.g. the monstrous. On a miss, something is keeping it here. That's bad.
Good times. All right.
Yeah, I would like to point out that does mean
At any
Boco's
point-
character can just
At any
straight
point,
up
Ava can just
attempt to
banish Connor.
me.
Can just
If I've
banish
had-
Connor to the Shadow Realm.
If I've had enough of the Connor, I will just remove him. Man, I wish I had
You
that
don't know.
power in
To
real
be
life.
fair, you don't know he's a vampire. Half
Not yet.
vampire.
Good to be
sorry.
human.
My gear is divine armor, and a silver trident.
Oh, were we supposed to say our gear too?
We'll get
I'm
there.
saying it now. My
Right,
mission
so-
is...
Oh.
okay.
No, go on.
My mission is nope.
No, it isn't.
Okay,
Go
so each character has a mission. My mission is: you have been exiled. You must work for the cause of good without drawing the attention of your brothers and sisters. They are sure to execute you for your crimes. And
My mission is secret.
just to
And
explain what my
and
crimes were.
literally yesterday, Boco and I spent
There,
like
if you
an
look in the
hour.
chat, there are my
Or
crimes.
I should say, I
my
spent like
God.
an hour grilling Boco, like, hey, what is all this shit about? We never really worked it out. Anyway, so the setting of this game, is she wearing a swimsuit with swimming written on it, Boco?
I
Yes.
don't know. I can't read
She's
Japanese.
also wearing a binder clip as a necklace, but we don't
make
talk
fun
about
of
that.
Don't make fun of
You called my guy basic instantly, and he is, but it was an insult, and I shall not stand for it.
But Josh, you don't have triangle earrings.
Anyway, so the setting of this
Okay.
game is Maplebrook, Minnesota. It's a small town in the Midwest with a college campus on the outskirts on top of a large hill. Cut out of a maple forest in the middle of nowhere, a main road connects to the nearest county road, cutting through the town and leading out further into the woods, eventually connecting to I-94 a few miles outside of town. That's a real road in Minnesota that I looked
It
up.
is.
I looked it up to
I'm
make
pretty
sure it made
goes
sense.
through Wisconsin too.
It definitely
Because
does.
Yeah, because I like straight up hear about I-94 closures.
River
Wow,
cuts
I
through the
could
town,
travel
basically
right to Maplebrook.
basically perpendicular to the main road, with a single bridge being the connecting road between the east and west halves of town, although actually on the map I made it's north and south, but ignore that. Maplebrook is quaint, but has many modern amenities due to the nearby university. The college is Maplebrook University, an extremely gothic old building at the top of University Hill, only one road leading up to the main building. On-site housing for students is slightly downhill from the main campus, just off the main road that runs through town. The campus is about half a mile from the last couple buildings, easily within walking distance. Maplebrook is a town where 3 of the prominent families are monsters. A family of werewolves, vampires, and angels run the town amicably as a safe haven for monsters who just want peace. They generally keep the humans who live in town out of monster affairs out of a desire to protect them. The humans, for their part, are blissfully unaware of any weird monster shenanigans. I believe you're tied for first at the moment, although since you did it first, you still have the gold on my screen.
You know,
Yes,
post the map
true.
in the chat.
You
So yeah,
I believe
the
all
werewolf
guys.
family are the Lupins. The head of the family is Reno Lupin. They live on the east side, and our family tend to work trade jobs, hunters, carpenters, bakers, etc. Marks of the Lupin family are piercing green eyes and muscular builds. The vampire family are the von Helsigs. The head of the family is Dracula von Helsig. They live on the west side and tend to work in managerial or clerical positions, business folks, accountants, city planners, bankers, etc. Mark of the von Helsig family are jet black hair and ghostly pale skin. Vampires in the settings are... Oh, that's just all bullshit. This is all just specific vampire bullshit that I came up with Josh to make sense. The angel family are the Gabriels. The head of the family is Faye Gabriel. They work as mediators between the other 2 families and tend to work caretaker-esque jobs, police officers, librarians, florists, teachers, etc. Relationships between the families are amicable, though with a fair amount of friendly competition. There's been some strain recently, but nothing overt or leading to direct confrontation. Not yet, anyway. The humans of Maplebrook tend to be somewhat reclusive and don't keep much contact with outsiders, including students at MU. So, that is the background.
Don't forget about the YMCA.
We'll get there.
Okay.
And now, I have an introductory paragraph to read to you as we open the game. Actually, let me double check the book to make sure that we're not missing anything.
Right.
Okay, and then I would,
Who's beginning of
as a point
history?
of clarification, the reason my guy has like a weird last name thing is because he literally just has both his parents' last names.
Right.
They just combined them.
They did one of those fusion.
Yeah, they were like fusion ha, and so he just goes by Conner Kaldwin like 98% of the time.
Because he just doesn't
Nice.
want the Van Helsing name tied to him, I assume.
Yeah.
Solid.
Okay. Gear, weapons. I'm trying to get to the first part where it says, running the
first
game
for
in
long.
here, just to be sure.
When I do.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So here's the sum. Oh,
Ah.
Josh just cheered one bit.
Nice.
Malaguy's cheered 2 bits. Oh no.
Oh, shit.
That was so fast. How did he know?
Had it queued up.
Because you
read you.
expected it. Okay. So playbooks, kind of go around the group, do introductions, picks history options. We kind of ignored that, so whatever. Tidy up teen concept, work out backstory. We've already we'll get there. Okay, so beginning of the mystery. I have a short paragraph or 2 to read you to get you into the game. It's early morning before sunrise on a forested hillside trail. 2 girls from the Maplebrooke University track team are on a morning jog. Claire had insisted, saying the mountain air does good for the soul. Tabitha was decidedly not a morning person, but she'd do anything for her best friend, and it's not like it wasn't good training. The 2 girls come to a stop near a bench along the trail. Claire reaches into a backpack as she slings it off her shoulder, setting it down on the bench. Without looking, she holds a metallic reusable water bottle out to her training partner and starts taking a swig of her own bottle. When she realizes that Tabitha hasn't taken the bottle yet, she glances over. Tabitha stares blankly at the woods beyond the forest trail. Without a word, she begins walking towards the forest. Claire calls out her name, but it doesn't seem to have any effect. She quickly tries to grab her friend's arm, but that too doesn't seem to rouse her. Claire takes out an earbud, and instantly she hears it too. It sounds like the singing of a woman, and it's the most beautiful sound either of them have ever heard. We see 2 water bottles clatter to the ground, breaking the silence for but a moment, before the song takes over everything we hear. From a grounded perspective, we see 2 sets of feet walk slowly into the woods. The camera pans up over the trees. We hear the singing continue. A few crows take off between the trees, and then nothing. Day begins to break over the small town, and somewhere far away a blue public transport bus makes its way through the winding wooded road, just off I-94. On that bus is a young man, clutching a leather-bound journal in his hands. He is worried, but determined to find that which he has lost. At the same time, just a few miles down the road in the center of a small town, a young woman's head breaks through the surface of an indoor pool. She rubs the chlorine from her eyes as she catches her breath and thinks briefly on a past she has abandoned. And finally, also at the same time on the other side of town, a young half-vampire closes a large set of iron gates behind him and his sister, and then steps into a waiting black car. He sighs to himself as the car pulls away, and we pull backwards, over the trees and homes and buildings until we pass by a sign, just as the blue bus passes the sign, reading "Welcome to Maplebrook." That is the intro. It would have been cool if I had
I liked
music.
it. That was great.
Stream is up.
You should do that entire thing, but as a podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm just gonna kind of bounce around between you all for a minute, since you're all I've kind of set up the places that you're in at the start of the game. So, West, you've been riding on this bus for like a good 40 minutes now. You took it from the city, and you were taking it into town, into Maplebrook, where you have, I don't think, ever been, unless, like, has your father ever taken you into town, do you think, here? Because he works here.
For a baseball game or two, but that's about it. I don't know. Probably when he was really young.
Yeah, so you at least haven't been here in probably a good, like, 15 years or so.
Yeah.
And you're still not. You just passed this. You glance out the window, and you literally have just passed the sign welcoming you to Maplebrook. You're on a public transport bus. You just bought a one-way ticket to the college, essentially. Eventually, you'll get some sort of pass so you can take the public transportation, but you haven't really, like... You've maybe done your orientation here, but you haven't, like, gotten all your stuff sorted yet.
Gotcha.
So, what is Wes doing on this bus?
He's just kind of flipping through an old journal that doesn't look like one he would own. Almost, it's kind of, I mean, stereotypically he would own, at least. It's kind of like an off pinkish color.
Kind of like a faded leather look going.
And you can barely make out like a cursive P embroidered onto the front.
Shut
Don't
up.
snark at my P.
Oh boy, that's a sentence.
I regret.
All right.
But anyway, as he sees that he's pulling into Maplebrook, he knows that he's not too far from his stop, so he puts the book away and puts it back in his little satchel.
Yeah, I think it's like literally just the bus driver on this bus, and it's this stoic, like, older man, bus drivers.
Uh-huh. Bus drivers, yeah.
Bus drivers who operate at like 7 in the morning and aren't really... It's probably a little bit earlier than that because day just broke, but like, yeah, it's definitely early.
Sweet.
So
really, I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting there.
Yeah, so the bus pulls up to a bus stop that is directly in front of the Maplebrook chapter of the YMCA.
Why?
Hell yeah.
So, Adva, I think is your name, right? Adva?
Adva Lucitana.
Adva, you have toweled off after your morning swim. I don't think any of the other girls were there just because they don't like being here this early.
What a bunch of Stacys.
Pretty much. This town is just... This town is... Every one of them is named Stacy. There's just so many fucking Stacys in this town.
Just number that's... Call them Stacy and then a number.
That's so many Stacy's moms who all have it
Holy
going
shit,
on. Oh no, that's
Okay.
a lot of raw power of going on.
As I typed several Stacys into my NPC document to figure out later.
Every Stacy.
So you've toweled off, you've gotten changed, I assume, unless you just wear your swimsuit to school.
No, she does not wear it everywhere.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
This isn't an anime.
And so you're standing outside waiting for the bus to pull up because you just, you've got like a bus pass since you go to the school.
Yeah.
So that's just part of their like onboarding package is they give you a pass for the transportation. So the blue number 5 bus pulls up in front of you and comes to a stop and opens the door, and the bus driver does not even look through the door to see who's there. He just stops and opens it.
Cool.
Do you get on the bus?
Yes.
Oh my god. Every interaction cannot be like this.
You can't bus. I
I think
suppose.
Boco was considering what you would have to think of if she said no.
No.
She'd fucking walk to school would be the answer. Or wait for the next bus.
Time for my air swim. No.
So,
get on the bus. And
Yeah,
go.
the bus driver just glances at you. He spots your bus pass, which you've got ready, and just kind of nods and closes the door, and does not wait for you to sit down before starting to move again.
Rude.
So as you get onto the bus, there's only one other person on this early, which is most students live at the school, so they don't you don't typically see them in the morning unless they're with you coming from practice or coming from somewhere in town super early, like a bar or some shit, which is a poor option, but better than driving. There's one other kid on this bus who you don't recognize. He's got messy brown hair and a pair of large glasses, and he's just kind
And he
of
looks like a fucking nerd.
and he does look like a fucking nerd.
What a weenie, she thinks to herself.
I was gonna say, did she say that out loud?
No.
What does Wes think as this very wet girl walks past him?
He thinks to himself, "That's a very wet girl."
Whoa.
And he
And then
says nothing. He
Calm down there,
he's
Wes.
looking out the window as he normally does on a bus.
I see.
Because
All right,
human
so-
interaction, am I right?
Yeah,
Fair.
you got it.
Oh, I may not have mentioned this, but this is modern times, so y'all have phones and shit.
Right.
The
Why-
year
I-
was
I-
1832. The
For-
bus is actually a horse.
Why do you
If that's the
think I
case,
have a
then I'm
vape
pretending
pen?
to be on my phone.
Why are you pretending to be on your phone?
Swissy
You
pulls
do.
out
Don't
his
pretend
book.
you don't do that.
Swissy pulls out his book and pretends to use it like a phone.
No.
Father, I cannot click the pictures.
No.
Well, Wes,
All right, so Josh, or Connor, I should say, popping over to you. Benson is taking you. You personally do not like being chauffeured around by your family's money because you don't want people to think you're some rich asshole.
Correct.
But the nearest bus stop is reasonably far away, so Benson usually takes you and your sister into town to get on the bus. Your sister is very clearly not paying attention to you, also in the back seat, as Benson is up front driving your limousine.
That's typical.
Your sister is texting somebody. It looks like you don't know, or maybe you don't care.
She is basically always doing that, I assume.
But yeah, it's a pretty average morning. As Benson, you've probably talked. I don't know what Benson turns on the radio. What kind of music does Benson listen to?
You know what?
Hardcore. It's the sound of creaking car.
Absolutely not.
Gojira.
I don't. Is that even on the radio?
Gojira?
Gojira.
Good.
Gojira
Yes.
is almost certainly not on the radio. No one listens to French death metal.
We'll say that he turns on probably some oldies.
Classic
Walking
rock.
on sunshine.
Define oldies. What generation oldies are we talking about? So it's 20s, 30s, 40s, 2000s? Is he
He
listening
turns
to
on
Linkin Park?
1880s music. It's just
well-
a bunch of weird
Oh,
Appalachian
vaudeville.
yodels.
He gets
No.
in vaudeville. Nice.
No. Probably 60s and 70s.
So he just turns on some fucking Foreigner or some shit.
CCR. Yes, it's like Foreigner. It's like CCR.
La Bamba.
Yeah, so
Solid classic.
as you
Walking around.
pull up to your stop, he stops the car.
Family. It's very poor taste that Benson does that every time he drives around two half vampires. But who am I to judge him?
Technically his boss, kind of.
Yeah, maybe. I don't have real authority.
Right. No, that's all surrounding the.
I would also like to point
Grant.
out that as we are about to leave the car and Benson drives away with the now empty car, he definitely switches over to rap.
Excellent.
Distinctly.
You suddenly hear the bass on the speakers start going off.
What?
As the car pulls
I
away.
just remembered. So, I
All
just
right,
remembered.
I like this. I like what you've done with the Benson.
You're welcome.
He's
There-
trying to
there-
be cool, but he doesn't want you to know
There
about
is a genre of music called haunted house,
Okay,
which is house music based around
But, like, spooky.
scary things, haunted things.
anyway, so
I
you
see.
and your sister are. So I haven't told you this, and I don't know if you perhaps have a different idea. But my idea for your sister is that she is like super punk goth.
Yeah, what?
Do you
It's
like
canon.
that? Do you like that?
It happens.
All right.
Yep. No, it's good.
So she's still tapping away on her phone, not really looking at you as you wait for her school bus and then the like public bus to come get you from this bus stop. Really cool that both buses stop at this bus stop, but whatever.
Yeah, that's convenient as heck.
Isn't it? The thing you got to know about Maplebrooke is that their public transportation is on point.
It's just crazy effective.
Yeah, so yeah, she's stomping her like knee-high leather black boots,
How
combat
many
boots.
laces?
Oh, just
All of
way
them.
too many. It takes her forever to put these damn
Gosh.
things on in the morning.
I hate to break it to you, but your sister is a Final Fantasy character.
Yep.
It's
It's
unfortunate.
unfortunate. It's something I have to live with every day.
it.
All right, so
Sister is Naruto.
she's still just kind of like tapping away at her phone as you wait for the bus. What do you do?
I'd assume. I assume at this point I'm pretty used to it.
Yeah, I mean,
Given that-
maybe you try to make conversation.
What if it's just a phase and you aren't used to it?
Maybe it is.
can say?
Maybe it is just a phase. You don't
It's
know.
your family. Maybe she was a cheerleader last week, got this week.
Every week it's a different genre of teen.
All right.
It's exhausting,
Initiating-
frankly.
Initiating older brother small talk. Go. So, how long does it take you to put on the boots?
She gives you a look.
It's like it's just a lot of laces. You know, they're not gonna fall off though. So I guess that's the advantage.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable.
These buses are a little late today. You know.
As you say that, the school bus pulls up, and she
Oh, thank God.
she gives you a wave and like a later, and then gets on the bus, and the bus drives away, and now you are alone.
So,
Talking to nobody.
you come here often? Yep. That sure is a late bus, you know.
Oh,
The other bus pulls up.
Little. Oh, thank God.
I think I said bus number 5 pulls up. I literally made it up. It's not important.
well,
It's literally not important.
The other bus comes up. You get on. I assume you get on.
I do get on the bus.
Yeah, you flash your bus pass. The bus driver like nods stoically. And again, before like the moment you're completely on the bus, he closes the door and starts pulling away. It's a safety hazard.
Josh flashed up.
You see 2 other people on this bus. Maybe you've seen Adva before or Adva before, maybe not, because you've both been here for like a year. But you definitely don't recognize this kid with the brown hair and the glasses who looks like a fucking nerd.
God damn, everybody.
So yeah, what do you do? They are literally the only 2 other people on this bus.
I sit in the seat like right behind the bus driver.
Oh, you're one of those.
Oh no.
Hey, I used to sit there.
I used to sit there.
You're one of those.
I used to sit there
Don't
too.
diss. Nobody would pick on me.
It was either that or
Then
the
I-
very back of the bus, depending.
Then I pull out my cell phone
Uh-huh.
and I begin reading one of the free ebooks I downloaded.
Couldn't pay for the ebooks.
No, well, I mean, some of them are public domain, so you can just download Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. So
You wouldn't download a book.
I did though.
You did. You
With
literally
my
did.
home's Wi-Fi,
You
and
monster.
I'm reading it.
All right,
Well, actually, I spend the first 3 minutes just messing with fonts.
West seems only slightly disheartened about the fact that he's using a digital book.
you fucking see him spying this book, and you get like messing with fonts on this book, and he's like, shameful.
It's all about paper.
This poser not eating paper pulp.
All right, so the bus goes across the river. No, it's already across the river because the YMCA is on the other side of the river from the beginning of town. I already said this.
Yeah.
Or I already mapped this, I should say. Continues to pull up the main road. As you pull up the main road, it goes through kind of like a overhang of trees, and you start going uphill. To the right of the bus, west, you see the student dorms for the first time. I guess like the other two of you see the student dorms too, if you're paying attention.
For the first time today.
For the first time today, but like one of you lives there, and the other one has been going here for at least a year. So like the bus pulls up in front of the school. Bus driver opens the door, and wordlessly gets off, and takes a quick walk.
Wait a second.
How can I thank him if he's gone?
The bus driver steps off the bus to take a smoke. He's definitely not supposed to do that because you're in a school zone, but he doesn't seem to give a shit.
Solid.
All right, so the bus is parked.
I get off the bus and I mumble thank you as I walk past the bus driver.
The bus driver imperceptibly almost nods. If you didn't have your keen vampire eyesight, you would not notice that he nodded to you as you got off the bus. Are the other two of you going to get off the fucking bus?
No! I refuse to leave the bus!
I
Okay.
get off the bus, but I do it at such a pace that I am sure to not run into the awkward situation of two people trying to get off.
Trying to get off the bus. Well, one of you.
Oh, yeah, that's stuck.
Well, Connor was sitting at the very front of the bus, so that was never a danger. And the other one walked past you, and you were the only three on this bus.
Connor is super fast off that bus.
I see.
The bus is an
Crazy
enclosed
vampire
space.
fast.
Yeah.
The bus is
I
an
get off.
enclosed space, and that's not a good situation to be in for anyone.
And I say nothing to the bus driver because it's a public service.
Fair.
You owe me this. You owe me this.
One of those.
One of the.
I mean, it's more just out of bother.
Alright. Yeah. So the school.
I also.
I assume you also get off the bus, or this is just going to be the fucking bus
I live
adventure.
in the bus now. This is my place.
All right,
The
so
bus is going to the real
three of you
school.
get off the bus. Morning classes don't start for like a little bit. So West, I imagine you want to go to admissions and get some of your like stuff taken care of.
I sure darn do.
All right, so the other two of you just kind of like fuck off and do whatever for about 20 minutes. Okay, actually no, I'm not going to say that. What do you do for 20 minutes before morning classes start?
I give up reading my book and start playing a mobile game on my phone instead.
What gotcha game
is
does
it Fortnite?
Connor play?
I was thinking something more like generic brand Pokemon Go.
Oh, I see.
Oh, he's playing Wizards Unite. Okay, I see.
Whatever the analog of that is in here, I assume that there's stops around the campus,
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
just hitting
No,
up
No,
a
yeah.
couple of them.
Yeah, totally. So
Name
it's called in this
by
game. It's
Pokemon
called
Go.
no.
Hey,
It's shit. What's another name for Pocket? They're called-
Satchel.
You're playing Satchel. You're playing your Satchelmon. You're playing your Sackmon. Nope, that's bad actually.
Just say Pouchmon.
You're playing your Pouchmon. Go. I can't think of another good word for go.
To the polls.
Grabbing your no. You're playing Pouchmon Go, picking up your stuff from the local stops before school starts. Adva, are you doing anything specific?
She's going to get drink water.
Cool. So you go like to
20
cafeteria to
She
get
gets a
water.
hard shot of whiskey.
No, dude. The thing is that she has a lot of lung space, so she can go down on that water for like 3 minutes.
Yuck.
Okay.
I don't.
Pouchmon Run is pretty good.
Pouchmon
not gonna
Run.
lie.
Yeah. Okay.
There
So
you go.
I'm adding that to the canon now. It's called Pouchmon Run.
Hell yeah.
Everybody used to play it 2 years ago, and then they all stopped except
Yeah.
for some people.
They all
Except for
stopped
Connor.
except for Connor. Except the thing is, like every time you get there, like so which Pouchmon team are you on?
I am definitely on. I'm trying to. I'm trying to think of a.
We could
a
just call
hot
them.
synonym.
Are you on Team Vibe?
He is.
I like that team vibe. Team. How about there's team vibe,
Jack?
team violence, and and team wizard.
Team Bland.
Pacifism.
Team wizard.
Nice.
There's vibe, violence, and wizard. Which team are you on?
Violence.
Solid.
Yeah, so you get to the
Living
school
out
and
the
you get to the school and you start going towards the cafeteria, which is where one of the Jameses
Pouchy
is.
stops.
No, there's a
Oh
James
my
there.
God.
It's not actually called it's not called a James. That's just our thing. There's a dojo there. There's a Pouchymon dojo.
I was just gonna say dojo. That's...
There's a Pouchymon dojo at the gym, and you notice that the goddamn wizards have got it again.
I
literally
literally start
every-
mumbling about this.
Every single fucking morning you get here, and the wizards have taken the cafeteria again.
Josh,
Ooh,
I think they're-
It's West Dad.
One
Why
of
are they
the
so
teachers is on
persistent?
wizards. That's one of the teachers is on wizards or the groundsmen.
Goddamn wizards think they're all fucking clever and shit.
It's fucking West Dad keeps getting the Pokemon stop because he comes in super early.
I work on trying to win the dojo.
Okay, you do that. Wes, you go to admissions. You have a uneventful conversation with the secretary there. She sets you up with your room key so you can go check out your room later.
My room.
She says that you miraculously, like for somebody, since you're a sophomore, you kind of got like the choice of rooms, and you elected to take a single instead of a double rather. I assume, unless you want a roommate. I don't really have plans for that, but you can have one.
If you don't have plans for it, I won't make you have plans for it.
Are you sure? You could just go fuck me, and I could invent a roommate on the spot.
Let's say I signed up for a single, but they didn't have any left, so I got stuck with a double.
Yeah, you got stuck with. Okay, I like that. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
only 2 beds.
You got a double, so you do have some sort of roommate, and that's a situation you're gonna have to deal with socially later. But you've got your room key, you get your bus pass, you've got your syllabus for the classes you've signed up for, which we're not going to get into the specifics of because I find it incredibly boring.
Right.
And you all make your way to your first morning class, which may or may not be together. It doesn't really matter. So,
Well, you know.
team violence for life, says Josh. Excellent.
Didn't spell life with a Y. You're a fake team violencer.
I actually was thinking about that, then I thought it would come off lame.
No,
Well,
actually, life with
comes
a
off
Y
super
for
cool,
team
actually.
vibe. Actually.
Yeah, no, team vibe
Yeah.
team vibe would be the life ones for sure. To spell life with a Y. So the first round of classes go by uneventfully. West, you're I imagine having like a little bit of difficulty keeping up just because you're new here, but
Right.
everything seems more or less fine. The other two of you are having just it's a boring, we'll say Monday. That makes more sense. And then you reach the midday period of the day, and your class is let out, and it is more or less the time where everybody takes lunch, so it's about noon, maybe noon 30. And you all
30 to 1.
you are all it's vibe. Team vibe is the yellow one.
Team vibe is yellow. Team wizard is blue.
Team
violence
wizard is
red.
blue, and team violence is red.
Don't you know?
It's a thing that happens in this world where people just yell vibe check before taking gyms,
that is
before
what I
taking dojos. It's a
God,
trend
they're
that started
the
recently.
worst.
Team vibe for life. Anyway, so there's the three of you were walking out of a class that you did share together, although I imagine you didn't interact with each other in any meaningful way just because you don't do that.
Right.
Oh, the actual teams were Instinct, Mystic, and I don't remember the red one, I'll be honest. Valor.
There you go.
Team vibe. It's what they all are.
Team Violence, yes. So the three of you are walking out of a shared class when you overhear a girl nearby loudly speaking to one of her friends. Do you hear about those 2 track team girls that didn't show up to practice today? What is with that? Ugh, they're dragging the whole team down.
So wait, who's overhearing this specifically? All of us?
All of us?
Well, they're talking loudly right outside the classroom door like assholes.
I'm assuming they're
So
like
you can't-
standing outside another classroom waiting for it.
You literally
I
can't
stand there
miss it.
awkwardly and wait for them to part ways so I can move past them, please.
Yeah, you've all created a jam at the door as these 2 to 3 girls,
Stacy's.
two of whom are in fact Stacy's. You recognize 2 of them
Damn it,
from
I
the
knew
swim. You recognize 2 of them from the swim team. The third one you maybe don't recognize, but she's basically complaining loudly that the 2 girls did not show up for their morning practice and that it's weird for them, and also that they're dragging the rest of the team down with their lack of dedication.
This has nothing to do with me, and so I continue to stand there awkwardly, waiting for them to move out of the way, please.
Oh, Dusty, you see, we were going over how I'm not like the other girls in in Maplebrook because I go to the YMCA at like 4 in the whatever time in the morning.
At whatever time in the morning they open.
The
Right.
time in the morning o'clock.
Does anybody else confront this situation, by the way?
I walk like past the 2 girls from the swim team. I raise my eyebrow at them and continue going to look for something to eat.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
lunch period. And then
I am also-
Connor looks at his
So I
phone
shuffle
when he
awkwardly
Period.
past.
Babe, colleges don't have periods.
whatever.
What?
What?
I worked for one.
Yeah, I went to one. What do you want?
Ironically, so did Steve.
I did also. I did work IT there for a time.
I worked food.
It is generic time for lunch in the day, noon 32.
Yeah, so
As so one of the girls responds back like, "Yeah, there've been a lot of people going missing lately. Actually, it's really weird. I hope nothing spooky is happening.
That
Spooky and
actually
relevant.
catches West's
I hope
attention.
I hope nothing spooky and relevant to the plot is going on here."
Oh, no.
Over to the what now?
And then the first one is like, "Oh, did you hear about that guy from the wrestling team?" And they're all like, and then the other 2 just like sigh deeply in appreciation of that guy from the wrestling team.
One fan.
They're not okay. I'm not making Dante Beard canon in this world.
Uh,
I refuse. My
it's a
creation
little
is
unlike
This
West.
world.
It's a little unlike West, but upon hearing that people have been going missing, he does like shuffle in there and he's like,
Perk up his ears.
"Hey, I just started here. Are people going missing?"
who the fuck are you?
You know, like pretending to be concerned. And with that, I leave. With that, who the fuck are you? I'm out.
Shot down.
the shorter girl who is not one of the Stacys like says that, but the other 2 like at the same time go like, "Oh yeah, 2 girls from the track team went missing along the hiking trail this morning. It was weird. Like that's the place they usually jog, and we were waiting for them at the end, but they didn't come back."
I see.
And the other one's like, "Are you gonna answer me?"
Oh, I'm
Time
West.
to do your anime pose intro.
That's not a name. That's a direction. And then one of the Stacys is like, "Don't be rude. I haven't seen this guy before. Did you just start here?"
Yeah, I did.
You look kind of vaguely familiar.
Do I? Well, I mean, my dad is the baseball coach here.
Both of the Stacys snap as one and go, "Oh!"
Oh, God. They're the real monster. I found it.
Oh no.
It was the Stacys all along. Meanwhile,
They're improvements.
so they both like offer you like a handshake and like, "I'm Stacy," and the other one's like, "I'm also Stacy." And then
No relation.
West,
You can.
in this timeline, West at least knows how to not be rude, so he does shake their hand. You know,
Cool.
and he's like, "Cool."
Well, Malagai,
Anyway,
I've put in at least 3 Stacys into the list.
Right.
And then the 2 into the list, so that yes, I will be using that voice a lot, unfortunately, for you.
Well, at least it makes it easier to so you don't have to come up with
So-
unique voices for each NPC.
The 2 Stacys
So
are
I
like,
do
"Okay,
ask-
see you later." Wait, oh, you ask? Oh,
Sorry. Yeah, I do ask. Have the people that have been going missing? Has it always been on the hiking trail, or?
Of the shorter girl whose name she hasn't offered, or you also haven't asked. It's like, actually,
Or
now that
apologies, for that
you
matter.
think about it, it's not always the hiking trail, but like it's always kind of near there. I'm not a map student. And one of the Stacy's like, I think
any of us
I,
are.
one of the Stacy's like, I think that's called geology, and the other Stacy's like, that's definitely geology. And
All right.
Connor does cough at overhearing that.
This has just been.
He's just kind of looming, playing on his phone, but there is
still
one.
playing.
There is one audible.
they
when that is
they
said.
one of them
Wes-
kind
Wes
of
just
glance.
goes like,
One of them kind of glances at you. The like shorter one whose name you still haven't learned, glances at you, like kind of glances to you, and she's like, "Let's go, girls. It seems like there's some people snooping," and the other two girls, they're like it's a public building. We can talk wherever we want, and also people can kind of just listen. That's just how life works. And the shorter one is like, "What? We're going, Stacy's," and they all kind of one of them storms off. The shorter one storms off. The Stacy's both like turn as one to wave goodbye at you,
Wonderful. You're doing this
and
well.
they walk away. Listen, these characters did not exist until 20 minutes ago, and they're already my favorite ones.
Yeah, I kind of like him.
All right, so
There you go. And hey, West is in 2 of their good graces because Dad.
right. Well, because your
Uh,
dad is maybe a hot coach, who knows. Anyway, yeah. So you also definitely heard that cough from behind you, as they said the name of the thing wrong.
Geology, huh? Is what I say.
Out loud.
Yeah. Like once they're gone, obviously.
In a serious way or a joking way?
No, just like exasperated almost.
Well,
No.
technically there are rocks involved, just not the way that they're thinking.
I
Does
think
he
rocks
say
are
this while
involved.
still
in there.
looking at his phone, or is he looking up?
Of course, he's looking at his phone.
Okay, good. He's
He's
fat.
playing a digital card game.
Oh, wonderful. Boogie Bow.
Nope, that's not what that's called. I refuse. I veto this.
No.
The card game can be unnamed for now. It's not vital to anything.
Unnamed game. Now that works.
It's called Chimney Rock.
What?
What?
Hearthstone.
Oh, I see.
Oh, nice.
It's easy
You're playing Chimney Rock on your phone.
I see.
What room does his phone have?
Does West play Chimney Rock?
There's a micro SD card in it, so it's like a.
Also, Josh is from a rich family, or Connor's from a rich family, so like it's probably
I bet
it's
Connor
probably a
has an
good
iPhone
phone.
11 Max.
No, it's like like 2 years old.
West does crosswords, by the way. That's his thing.
What's YouTube crossword puzzle?
Lame.
Anyway,
Nerd.
after that very
What?
awkward exchange,
It's only awkward
Wes
because
is
you
like,
make it awkward,
yeah.
motherfucker.
All of them are awkward.
Just talk like normal people.
listen,
normal?
he didn't say that out loud. I was saying myself as Swissy after that awkward exchange.
I
Wes
see.
says, anyway, I'm hungry.
Like
So
out
I'm
loud.
gonna go. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Pretty much like that.
Yeah, cafeteria is kind of. I gesture vaguely and begin walking towards it.
Yeah. We're both going the same direction, so now that I said goodbye, it's kind of
Yeah, we're just in step.
After that
I'm
awkward
still
exchange.
playing on my phone,
it's kind of a whole thing now.
and now West is just silently walking beside the person he just said bye to.
Yep.
I lose the game and close the app in frustration,
Sounds right.
complaining about it being pay to win.
I see.
That's scotches for you.
What?
I don't say that as Wes, by the way. I say that as me. Wes
No,
has
he-
not played a gotcha
he's
game in his life.
I guess card games are.
Good night, Nyla.
Bye, Nyler.
I really hope that something else happens during this walk. Otherwise, it's just
Nope.
a
You
long,
you
silent
walk
walk.
silently to the cafeteria in step with this person who you again not introduced yourselves to.
You have long to go for geology.
Well, you know, we've only bonded over stupid girls at the moment.
And rocks.
And rocks.
To make this less awkward, since we are walking right beside each other, I do say, anyway, my name's West. And who are you?
I'm new in
Is that
town.
short for Weston?
It is not.
Huh.
You know, it like they said, it is a direction. But it's also my name.
But it's also my name. Well, I mean, I guess it's as good as any. I'm Connor.
I see. That's a you know, sometimes I wish I had a normal name.
So that people wouldn't instantly say that you're a direction instead of a person.
No, it's because they keep calling me Weiss to make fun of me.
Beast.
Is that
I do
out loud?
suppress a small. I do suppress a small smile at the word Weiss.
Oh no, you've given
like
them
that
bullying
one,
ammo.
You know what? Like that one Sponge Tom episode where he's like, Weiss, but I thought you said.
No.
You know what it is. I messed it up.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one in a while.
Yeah, it's
I don't
been a
really
bit.
watch.
The old
I
Sponge
don't really
Tom
watch
used to be better.
cable anymore.
I would also be surprised if you watched Sponge Tom anymore, considering we are. In
Yeah, no,
college.
not
But, you
especially.
He says hiding up his Sponge Tom collection.
just pushing it away. No,
Changes his sponge.
You were dragging it behind you the whole time, then you just pushed it into a broom closet.
He changes his sponge,
So-
Sponge Tom.
Some
background.
Sponge Tom box jeans. Yep, that's it.
so
I'm gonna have to
you're,
write all these
you're
fucking
saying that you're new here. Does that mean you transferred in?
Yeah,
And
it
so-
was.
Why Maplebrook?
It's a little complicated, but you know, my dad's here, so I figured it'd be better to be close to family.
You need that easy baseball A.
Sure.
You look at
I don't know if
you
the
look
sports are graded.
you look at West. He does not look like the kind of person that plays baseball. I don't know what a
Well, I
baseball
mean-
athlete looks like, but it ain't West.
Oh,
He
maybe
doesn't
his
look like-
arms
he
are
looks like a
surprisingly wiry.
He looks like a fucking mathlete, is what he looks like.
Are you wearing a sweater vest? This is important.
Yeah, I'm wearing all the things that I'm wearing.
Okay.
That
That
I
doesn't
would
answer.
hope so.
That doesn't answer my question. It'd be weird if you were wearing something that you weren't wearing.
I'm not wearing anything I'm wearing, you see.
Yeah, I'm wearing everything that's in his normal picture.
I
right
see.
now, so, you know. The sneakers, the khakis, the sweater vest, and the button-up. And the satchel. Anyway.
You arrive
After
at
that awkward exchange.
you arrive at the cafeteria. There's a bunch of students milling about. Adva is doing something here, I suppose. Yeah, that's an interesting.
Do you have
That's
mac and cheese bites? I hope they have mac and cheese bites. I go to see if there's mac and cheese bites today.
Oh, God.
why don't you?
Are you going to only eat mac and cheese?
No.
Good, because it's not a meal, you see.
Oh, I mean, he's absolutely only going to eat that right now, but that's because he doesn't really eat a lot.
Yeah, so this
Obviously,
is something we hadn't
for
really.
reasons.
This is something we hadn't really discussed, but like you can eat human food.
Yeah, he can. He just he doesn't really subsist off of it per se.
Yeah, you
I
don't
see.
So
don't
he
gain
doesn't,
energy
like-
or power from it.
It's just for flavor.
He sustains his energy from the amount of dojos he owns in Satchelmon.
Yeah, you
Uh,
actually check Satchelmon as you're waiting in line as you're both waiting in line for food, I guess. And you do still have the gym, and some other people from some other students have backed you up.
Oh, that's right.
The dojo, sorry.
Team violence all the way, am I right? I say out loud to West.
I'm... What?
Oh, boy. You know what? It's not important.
I concur.
The cafeteria does not have mac and cheese bites.
What are they serving?
Mac and cheese
What?
by itself.
Only mac and cheese? For everybody?
No, it's like
A lot of new. Aside from its normal menu, mac and cheese was a special that we did at the cafe when I worked there.
it's nothing special
Just
about
mac and cheese.
No. So
No, they've
how-
got
how
like
mac
they've
and
got a. Let's play this. Let's play this.
Everyone.
Let's play this out. Let's play this out, fucking Swissy. You walk up to the counter. You look at the menu. What do you read off of it? The cashier, who looks to be like a student in his mid-20s with like the shittiest beard you've ever seen, like looks at you
I know.
with dead eyes and
I'm
asks,
talking about the Goatman beard.
"What do you
I
want?"
pray to God he's not my roommate, and I look over the menu to see an assortment of. mac
What do
and
you
cheese.
What do you ask?
Molly, I
for?
want
Mac
to know
and-
if we're going late tonight. By the way, I assumed yes.
Probably.
Yeah. Mac and cheese, burger.
Ooh, mac and
salad.
cheeseburger is good.
Shut the fuck
It
up.
is.
It is.
They have it at Red Robin's. It's
But yeah, I see mac and cheese, burger, salad, mashed potato,
What do you want?
One single mashed potato.
What do you want? What do you?
and among other things. But the thing that caught my eye first was salad, so I get a salad. They're like
kind?
prepackaged salads, you know. It's
Yeah,
they're not
it's-
putting too much work into
This
this.
is a fucking shitty. They ordered these things en masse. It's like,
Right.
okay, that'll
So
be
I get myself a salad.
that'll be salad price.
$2.74.
I paid
That's a
salad
little-
price.
That's a little joke I do.
Is that the name of the currency? Salad price?
That's a little joke
this
I do.
world?
It's $2.99
Salad price
for a
$2.99.
fucking
I'm writing that in
prepackaged
my character
salad.
sheet. I paid.
I don't know
the
if that's
$2.99.
expensive. Okay, yeah. No, you look in your money. You look in your wallet. You only have $2.98. Oh no! But you know what costs $2.98? A bowl of mac and cheese. No, I'm kidding.
Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking with me right now? I will kill you.
No, I'm absolutely
looks at
kidding.
you.
He hands you your salad
looks at
and
you.
goes,
Would you like the mac and
next.
Also,
cheese
Wes
meal?
didn't say, "Are you fucking with me?" out loud. He would never. But I, the person, am saying, "Are you fucking with me, ninja?"
Well, you missed the.
No, I lied. You pay your $3 for expensive, shitty fucking cafeteria salad, and I guess go take your seat.
I sure do. I sit. I mean, it's kind of hard to sit alone, but you know, I sit as alone as I possibly can.
And then
Not
they offer you
considering
Cheeto milk.
Oh man, all
Ugh.
my past mistakes are coming upon me.
Cheeto milk.
Well, the most important thing was.
So that's a good question, Josh. What is your lunch plan?
Mac and cheese.
No, I mean, okay, obviously.
Fucking course.
You eat you got a bowl of mac and cheese. It doesn't sustain you. Did you have like? That's a good. I don't think we ever really considered how you eat, how you feed off of
I mean,
people.
I assume he has
assume.
intestines. Vampires
What?
fart.
Like how I consume normal food?
Like
or
how
the
you,
other one?
like how you consume blood.
Well,
JoJo style.
yeah, I didn't know if we were doing that with the whole thing, or if that was just for my natural attack, and he wanted me to just do.
No, I mean, I assume the blood drinking is like you drink blood. Maybe you just fucking keep like a blood, like ketchup packets of blood in your fucking
Oh
pockets.
yeah, no, I definitely have just like juice pouches, like
You-
Capri Suns.
You fucking bust out an off-brand Capri Sun package that's specially packaged by the fucking Von Helsigs in town.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was considering.
That's
Oh my God.
Like kind of.
They're
a thing
called
that-
How else? would
They're
they-
called Jort
Mac and
Moons.
screams.
Yeah, so I definitely I get my bowl of mac and cheese, and
you-
I sit right next to this West character
You learn
with
it right
my off-brand Capri Sun,
you with your Jorts Moon.
Capri blood.
my Jorts.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Moon because it's a vampire. It's got a little picture of a bat on it surfing on blood.
I love
Except
it.
it's not actually blood. It's juice probably. You don't know. Who
It's
knows?
it's not super obvious.
Yeah, I
that
know.
it's just a patch of blood per se,
So
because that would be wild.
Yeah, I know for sure.
So since Josh asked me things,
Yeah.
I in turn decide why not get to know this kid? He's obviously going to sit next to me.
Well, he's
Yep.
done it. He's done it already.
I'm
It's
already
been
here with
done.
my
He
bowl
has
of mac and cheese.
absolutely done it.
I've got like a forkful, and I'm doing the to make sure it's not too hot.
Yeah, exactly.
as I
I'm-
pop
That's
open
nice.
the,
Can I
That's nice
should,
and-
should I say that Adva's sitting at this table, but like at the other end,
Yes.
nice.
just for
Sounds
the
right.
sake of proximity?
I pop off the plastic of my shitty salad and I
It's
ask Josh.
It
or
looks
I ask
foul.
Connor,
it looks edible.
You know, you gotta be careful though. Sometimes there's
smells
listeria
edible.
in the romaine.
yeah,
Wait,
well,
what?
you know, listeria. I asked Connor. So how long have you been going here?
Well, let's see. We're in second year, so 2 years.
You know that checks. Stupid question.
I'm from the town. I
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
really been anywhere else per se.
So have these disappearances been happening for a long time?
You know,
You
not the best at current events.
you would
Ah.
know that this is like a recent thing. Like weird stuff pops up every once in a while. I mean, you know, you're a fucking vampire, but like weird stuff
Yeah.
pops up every once in a while, but it usually fades out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I haven't really been hearing about people disappearing up until now. So, hopefully, that's just like a weird rumor.
Yeah, but I mean, if people are missing, it's more than a rumor, wouldn't you think?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I guess so. That cops will probably take care of it.
The fucking werewolf cops.
Oh god, the werewolf cops.
Well, the-
that
well,
must
the-
be terrifying.
Well, the angel cops. I'm not here. Don't
less
listen to me.
Ah. Well,
Thanks
you know,
for a student sitting at our table who says weird things.
the werewolf cops.
My name is my name's
Why
Doug,
not
and I'm a
you?
crazy person. I'm kidding.
Why
There's-
not you
Doug,
We
longer
don't
at our
talk about
table?
Doug.
Doug's not real. That's not canon.
Doug B. Logger, please leave.
So weird things happen in this town a lot, though.
Define weird.
Bizarre, unusual. I can keep going if you want.
Those
I
are
have
more
a
of just
thesaurus.
synonyms.
I have a thesaurus.
Of course
Like
you do.
weird as in weird as in like sometimes just be walking down the street and someone will be like, "Hey, you."
That seems obscenely normal. I'm from the city.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anyway, salad.
It tastes bad. It's edible, but you've definitely had this cafeteria salad. Miraculously, is not the best salad
It's
you've
like-
ever had.
It's like soggy lettuce and mushy tomatoes.
Yeah, it's real
Yeah.
gross.
Well, that would be a yesterday salad.
It's a freak
So,
show.
It's
a real
really
freak
yesterday's
show in that
salad.
fucking salad bowl.
If I had to talk about the town, I would say that it probably doesn't have that much weird stuff compared to other random towns in the middle of a woods. You know, I mean, people get bored. They get lost in the woods. You know, they make stuff up just to have something exciting happen for once.
I see.
Yep. So,
I guess it is the Midwest. Anything goes.
yeah, I mean, like, you go one state over, they're talking about a hodag.
Oh, what? What's a hodag?
Oh, you know, it's up in the Rhinelander area. It's kind of like a stumpy little lizard.
Has Connor seen the whole deck? Has he been there?
Does he
Mm.
have a
God.
pet hodag?
Does the
No,
hodag
just,
exist? I fucking.
It's,
I have
the
to ask
hodag-
myself the question now: does the hodag exist? And the
It
answer is
absolutely does.
almost certainly yes.
Yeah, there's
always
the Rhinelander like city hall has a statue of it out front.
well,
Can I-
you see, the thing is, right now in the Satchel community, this big Hodag meme going.
Can
on.
I use preparedness to see if I have a hodag?
No,
Is that an STD?
no, you cannot. That's not how any of that works.
When I need something unusual or rare, I roll sharp on a 10+. I have it.
You don't. I would
10
not say
plus,
you
I
need
have
it.
a hodag.
I would not see Swissy. That would be a cryptid, and then you would have the fucking proof of monsters you came here to get.
Oh, is a hodag a monster?
Yes.
Yes, it's a big
It was.
lizard.
It's a big lizard thing that it was a hoax in real life.
Also, none
Or
of this
was
is out
it?
loud. Just saying.
Or
But,
was
you know.
it? Do 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 do.
That's Twilight Zone, not X-Files.
You know, it's kind of like if
I
they
want
had
to
that lake, that champ monster, but it was on land and not in water.
Right.
So, you know, just like less scary by default.
Anyway, does Boco's character hear anything and chime in, or just?
Here's all of that. In fact, decides not to chime in. I bet because Boco hates playing the game.
No, she's eating her burger.
Borg.
Or
No, it's not the macaroni cheese burger. It's a cheese burger. No macaroni.
So if you're from a city, you've been mugged? That happen a lot?
not personally. I haven't. I don't go out much.
Ah, that's smart. That's clever. So
Yeah,
when
I
you gotta
mean,
get the
you
Pachimon stops, you know?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but you can't get mugged if you don't go out.
Do you own like a flip phone?
Does
No?
West own a flip phone?
Wait. Oh shit! This is something I actually have to ask myself.
Does West own a flip phone? Or are
I'm
they
going
gonna
to
have
say
a? Are they gonna have a
yes,
bounding?
But I'm gonna say yes, but I have a plot-based reason, and that's because when he estranged himself from his father, he didn't want to be contacted, so
He got his own
could only
fucking
afford-
phone.
He could only afford a flip phone when he got his own phone. Yes.
Ah, that makes sense.
That's tragic. What do you have, like Snake on there?
I don't usually play games on it. I use it to. Well, I actually don't really.
Do you
I
like
look at
use
my
it to call
contacts and there's
people?
Literally nobody.
You have your contacts. You go to your contacts list. It's empty.
It's empty except for like there's one thing in the history, which is calling Maplebrook University a few times.
Yeah, you got a couple calls from Maplebrook and like probably some really old outgoing calls that you don't like to think about.
Right. Exactly.
That's
other than that, it's just a flip phone. I mean,
that's
it's a-
pretty
it's
old
a-
school of you, huh? So
I mean, it-
you're not
it
like an
works.
IT major, I'm gonna guess.
I know enough. I mean, I can turn things off and back on.
That is 80% of the job, I hear.
But no, I'm not an IT major. I'm also not gonna. This is me, Swissy. I'm not gonna decide my major because I forgot. We're
Well,
out
you
of
could
college.
say
And I should probably
undecided,
figure
you
that
know.
out.
You can be
I would
That's like a
undecided
thing
in
a
a
lot
second
of
year.
sophomores are.
General studies is what I'm doing. Don't
Ah,
laugh at me. That's what I did in real life, asshole.
I'm
And it got me nowhere.
Fair.
trying to clean up gen eds myself so I can get started on the business curriculum.
Oh, nice. So you said you've pretty much lived here for a long time. Does your family own a business or something? And that's
Well, a long time as an entire life, and yeah. So my mom works as insurance.
nice.
I haven't thought of firm names, so just pretend I say one. It sounds cool.
Yeah,
All right.
totally. Super
And,
cool
um,
insurance co.
My dad actually
Insurance.
mostly travels a lot. He's more of he works in wealth management, so you know, like interest portfolios and 401ks, stuff like that. He goes around to a lot of companies and works with them for their retirement benefits. So he's not really in town per se.
Yeah, I don't talk to my father much either. Although I don't know if you might.
Wait, the guy that's
That's
here
very
as a
presumptuous.
teacher?
Well, he's a coach, but no, I actually haven't. I don't even know if he knows I'm here. I haven't seen him in, like 2
Is this
years.
like an elaborate surprise party or something, or?
No, I wouldn't say that. If it is, it's one I'm not looking forward to.
I haven't been told about.
What's dad drops down from the ceiling? No.
Hey there, Bucko.
hey there, sport.
Conner
Put on your
Kaldwin
helmet.
law
We're
firm.
going to throw the ball.
Also,
it's my 90-hour ball fast.
Just important information, by the way. West's dad is extremely hot.
just
just
Wonderful.
stupid.
Just so
hot.
everybody knows when he
Okay.
does show up.
That's why
he
this-
is fucking
That's why
hot.
the Stacy's instantly recognized you.
So we've got a lot of Stacy's moms, and now we've got a DILF.
That's why even though it's just slightly that Wes bears a resemblance to him, it makes him that much hotter because his dad is so fucking hot.
That's this is why the Stacy's instantly recognized you.
Why
Right.
is the requirement for being hot in this town being old?
Well, I mean,
Eh.
how old do you think
It's
Wes'
just a
dad
mature
is?
town, I guess.
Anyway, but yeah, so I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah,
But
it seems
luckily,
pretty
I don't play
dramatic.
baseball, so you know.
You should try
Yeah.
playing baseball in the rain sometimes. So you can hit the ball real hard and no one can hear it. It's Twilight.
Hey, Doug, shut the fuck up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
Doug,
didn't say that obviously, but
Doug goes to sit at another table. Sadly.
Everyone
Doug
looks
sits
at
right by
this.
Boco's character.
Dude, I
The-
can't
the
believe
entire-
you just told off Doug.
The entire cafeteria stands up and begins to fall. No, I'm kidding.
Finally, Doug Vlogger is gone.
Oh my god.
I've reached the end of my blood pouch now, so I'm just doing that like
The,
like
where
the
you stop
try to
the
get the
graph.
last amounts.
I'm slightly perturbed by this fact, but not off put
At least
entirely.
It's not transparent, and you can't. Is it transparent and you can see the?
That would
That
be
would
a
be-
that would be a
no.
poor design choice for
That-
blood
it is-
drink
it's
produced by vampires.
Oh no, it's my V8. Ouch.
Damn, that would have
Anyway,
been a
I have
better
also
thing.
finished my salad. I wonder if Boco's character has finished her burger in a reasonable amount of time, or if she will continue to be an outlier.
One of you could just be like, "Who's that?" and that would kind of immediately draw her into the conversation.
I mean, I have noticed several minutes ago the binder clip around her neck, and I asked her, so what's her deal? I say it kind of quietly, obviously.
Time freezes as Connor decides if he knows this person or not.
You might have. You've both been going to school for a year. You might have like seen her around. I don't know if you've like talked.
Do
That's
you
kind
know
of up
the
to you.
goth girl? The goth girl who lives on Baker.
Who lives in
I'm gonna
student
say
dormitory?
probably don't know her very well. So I'm just I'll respond with, yeah, she's been going here to the school about the same time as I have, but I haven't necessarily seen her around town too much, so I don't really know who she is or why she's wearing a binder clip around her neck.
All right, well, you
Maybe
said it
she
much
just wants
louder
to-
than I asked it, so that's a thing.
Oh yeah.
Is she wearing her swimsuit? No, she changed after she went to the James, or the YMCA.
Yeah.
Maybe she just needs to be prepared in case she meets a large stack of paper that she needs to deal with.
Only you would need to be prepared for that, Josh.
Wes.
She
actually-
says
clearly
apropos of nothing.
Wes actually genuinely like snickers at that, like.
I can't believe that West has a paperclip fetish.
What?
No, he. What?
What? He
I don't
snickered
know.
at my joke about the.
Oh,
Literally, you know how you snicker during sexy times?
yeah.
Constantly.
Not you when you're hungry.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Dude, that's
You're not
my
you.
fetish.
No,
Snicker,
no,
snicker,
no.
snicker.
No, Boco. You're not you when you're horny.
What?
Slam dunk. Anyway,
I was
Ha.
listening. You
Don't
just
fucking
kinda-
worry about it.
you
Anyway,
just mumbled.
we've been
They've-
talking about Boco's character for a point in conversation, and it has come and passed.
and she is still
So Boco's character.
she has still said nothing.
You specifically said you were being quiet.
No, I responded
You-
full volume.
You see two people like talking near you and then about you, and then one of them laughs.
I slurped.
It was more
I
like a
purposely-
brief exhale through my nose.
I purposely made like
One
the
of them
loud
snorts.
straw noise in my wait. Wait.
The same slurping noise that Connor just made with his fucking
no. 'Cause
Jorts
this is,
moon.
like, it's not like a pouch. It's one of those like a fast food cup things. There's no liquid left in my fast food cup, so I can't make it.
It's just ice.
Yeah, it's the last getting the
Here, I got
last
you.
bit of water out of the ice. Yeah, that one, but a lot
Dang.
louder.
That's crazy. How'd you make that sound on command?
I had a Burger King cup that I had before I got home.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I make that noise extremely loudly in their general direction.
Between
Just
you
like-
and me, Wes, she might have heard me when I responded at full volume.
Yeah, you think? I mean, whatever.
I'm gonna try to do like a really like side glance to see if she's still looking, but like not stealthily at all.
Solid.
Is she still looking?
She's definitely still looking.
Well, the die has been cast.
It doesn't hurt to know people.
It
West
doesn't.
realizes.
It doesn't. You're
Does he
correct.
say that? Does he say that aloud, or are you just
No.
realizing?
No.
It could very much hurt to know people.
So West, assuming there's not like a billion people between him and
No, it's literally just you.
It's like
It's
one-
you three. This is a table that could seat about 8. 2 of you are sitting at one end of the
It's
table. She is
It's one
sitting
of
at the
those
other
long
end.
white- It's
I
one of
see.
those long
So-
white lunchroom tables, right?
Like those,
Is that what it-
like those big double tables that have benches on both sides.
Yeah. Okay, we are.
You know, like a lunch table.
exercising because Boco refuses to come to this side of the table and say anything. Exercising a
I'm
little
in character.
uncharacteristic. A little uncharacteristic.
My character is not joining any of
bravery.
the story hooks.
All of my characters are aloof. I can't help this. 'cause
You can!
You can though.
I have this problem.
You
in
create
life.
them.
I can't
The
control
one thing you
myself.
can do is make them not aloof.
No.
All I can say is at least West is slightly better than his original,
West
concept.
version 1.
So this version of West says,
Allowed.
I'm not just gonna say, "Hey, who are you?" I'm trying to think of what you would normally say.
What do you say to a? Yeah. What do people say to each other?
How do you say
Right?
hello to a goth girl that's making loud cup slurping noises in your general direction?
Sorry
Slapping
if we
is-
bothered you.
Hey, yeah, that's a weird question. Do any of you? West obviously doesn't have friends. Do either of the two of you have friends?
No,
Oh,
not really.
Oh hell yeah!
not at
I
the
have
school.
I have people
This
on
is
my
the losers
friends
club.
list
I love it.
on my mobile games, but
Right.
I don't really interact with
Um,
people per se. Not that he's opposed to it. It just kind of doesn't happen when he walks around staring at his phone the whole day.
Yeah.
I've been trying to drag Boco in for 17 minutes, so let me just say, hey, who are you?
Boy.
Just say "boy" out loud.
No,
Nice to meet you, boy. I'm West.
I would clamp my thing onto his nose if he said that.
Well, you know.
That's what it is. It's an improvised weapon for minorly inconveniencing people.
Ah, God, no! Ouch.
Wait a second. I'm trying to think of a good response. If she wanted to know, you could have just asked in the first place instead of making conversation at me instead of.
Well, to be fair, I did just ask Connor who you were, and when he didn't know, I asked you who you were. So, that's the line I took.
I'm Adva. She said, that's it.
I'm West.
Ha!
Let me guess. Direction.
No.
What do you mean? What do you mean no?
I asked that. What do you mean no?
It would take too long to explain.
It probably wouldn't, but okay.
I am now giving West wild side as I'm trying to figure out what the hell's happening. Like the what the fuck? Like that is my expression as I look between the two of them.
I slipped the cup loudly again.
And we're back at square one. I wish to die right now as much as Wes does.
Do you want to die?
Okay. So
He and I both want to die in equal measure.
we've got Adva, West, I'm Connor, and
That's
Together we
neat, I
make.
suppose.
And this is America's funniest home video.
I can't believe this D&D campaign is just a cringe compilation.
It doesn't have to be. You could talk like normal people.
None of
I
us are
am talking
normal.
like normal
The
people.
two of you are doing
Yeah.
very good.
None of us
Thank
are
you.
friends.
Well, you know, I feel like
Maybe
once we
that's
get
because
Boco
certain people
to
are
this
too
side of the table, West actually wants to, you know, find out a little more about just the people who don't seem to have, you know, other people to sit with.
Okay,
Just 'cause
I
he's
will.
one of those.
I
So-
will take the step and apologize by specifically saying I'm sorry I made a funny joke about your necklace and caused him to laugh.
Funny about
West follows up with.
Well, I mean it's a binder
and
clip.
I'm sorry for
Find
laughing.
your clip.
I pull out a binder clip
That you have in your
from my
brief.
school bag.
Do
and
you
go,
carry a briefcase?
I mean,
Of course he does. Of course he has one.
you know, for like pads. You know what? It's not important. I put the binder clip away.
I concur.
Just carry those.
I would
You
say you carry them in a more strange fashion than him.
I don't.
Does Kanye West exist in this universe? Yes, Mulligan.
Yes,
probably.
obviously.
I mean, it's America. Don't catch you slipping now.
This is America.
Bang bang.
That's not him.
Sound. That is.
That's
I'm
not
kind
Kanye
of-
West.
West is,
That's the
West is-
Glover.
yeah. Anyway,
No,
West-
famous rapper, the Glover.
West is intrigued to know why it's not a binder clip, and so he does.
Does he ask?
Well, not only that, but he first gets up and shuffles on over
To
and
the other
sits
side of the
down
table. Ho ho.
near her.
Connor has been abandoned.
No,
Connor
I
slides down his half of the table.
I was about
Like,
to say
I
I
literally
tapped.
just scooches down.
I was
doesn't
about to-
get out. Doesn't get up and like walk
Now
and
at-
sit down.
At the
He
halfway
just
point of
scoots.
the table, do you have to do that awkward thing where you like pull your legs all the way back to get over it?
I spin, or like I pull my legs out to the right and like spin around and put them on the
That's
now
radical.
What is
side. And
Hey
I want
Josh,
you to
I'm
scooch
gonna
down.
I'm gonna make you roll dice for that. Act under pressure.
Act
Um,
under pressure.
Act
In the
under
meantime,
pressure.
I was
10, yeah,
gonna
you do
say
it.
that-
You do it and it looks super sick.
I
You're all
raised an
impressed at the
eyebrow.
cool move that Connor just did.
The
Hey,
cool,
guess
really
what?
dweeby
My guy's
move.
actually pretty cool.
I was gonna say that I tapped Connor on the shoulder, signifying that I am in fact moving and that he should come with, but that was way better, so I don't do that.
You both instinctually
anyway.
slide.
Now that I've sat down and he's done his cool thing, I do ask her. So if it's not a binder clip, what is it?
Yeah, you see the problem is I haven't thought this out.
Oh my god.
Boco in real life doesn't know what it is.
Well, yeah, that's because it's paper. This is not in character because it's paper clip, not a binder clip.
No, that is literally a binder clip though.
Do you want me to in some manner attach the binder clip to your destiny because that seems fucking wild?
I mean,
Bruh.
that was.
I will use this to clamp down on a contract signed by Satan himself.
I would say
Thus
the more
filing
more
for
relevant
no
thing to
future
your
use.
the more relevant thing you're wearing to your destiny would be the triangle earrings. I don't know how the fucking paperclip thing would be connected.
It's around your neck.
Maybe it's just a fucking fashion statement. I don't know.
I know. I was putting something together and I never really got to the end of the thought with the binder paper clipper. It's,
Maybe somebody important told her she'd need it one day,
So she wears it around her neck.
just in
So
case.
it is a binder clip though, in the end.
It only appears to be a binder clip.
Oh, is it? Hold on. Is this going to be what your fucking trident is disguised as? Because that's hysterical, actually.
Sure, let's go with that.
That's
You know what?
incredible.
Hell yeah.
No, I like that. That's fine.
That's pretty good.
Yes, this wouldn't be the first time something like this is done in fiction. May I remind you of the pen sword from that one good book series?
Yes.
Ooh, I do like pen sword. Except for in the movies, they made it like a click pen, and even though it says uncap, every time he uses it,
Yeah.
I have
it's just
written
a
down.
strange change.
I've written down an important information. Boco is impossibly aloof.
Impossible to
Anyway,
speak to.
Swissy, have you met my other TNT characters, Swissy?
Yes, and they're all like this. Anyway,
There's been two who haven't been like that, and you've only played with one of them.
well, I'm glad we've established that it isn't not maybe a binder clip.
Is it not? Does anyone know
That's
what this thing?
Awful lot of negatives.
Yeah.
I'm a negative person. What can I say, Doug?
No, I'm sorry. I should go.
Get out of here, Doug!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Doug leaves the cafeteria.
Finally,
I
we
was
was Doug Walker.
shocked that Connor was able to yell like that at a person.
Nobody likes Doug.
It's amazing.
So have you heard about these disappearances going on lately?
You have.
Adva?
It's not Eva.
Adva?
No, I think it's ABBA.
No.
Like the
they're
band.
No, they're from Sweden.
Don't go.
Are you from Sweden?
No. No. A different character.
Does West
I
do
love
that?
No, God, no. But West does listen to ABBA. I'm putting that down.
Okay.
Okay. They are a popular sound.
Hell yeah. I listen to ABBA, so West does too.
Sounds right.
The rumor come out is West is self-insert.
Yes.
No.
You actually, so to answer Swissy's question, or to answer West's question, you have heard about the disappearances?
Well, yeah, I heard about them when we walked out.
Literally, you all heard about them at the same time, but you also have heard about some like weird stuff going on recently.
Mm-hmm. I heard a little bit about them. I haven't really given much credence or thought to them, though.
I see.
So to remind you, West, you did actually like get a location earlier.
Oh, yeah. Well, from what I heard from Stacy's,
Oh, which ones?
you know,
They didn't tell
I
you.
didn't think to ask.
They didn't tell you. They just both introduced themselves as Stacy.
They hung out with a short girl, if that helps.
Oh, Stacy 42 and 74. I see.
I see.
There are
Well,
74
that's not correct
Stacys at her school?
Actually, no, more than
yet. Perhaps
that.
in the town, but
More than that, actually.
That's
Four and
Boco. That's an absurd number. Can you please bring it down to less than 20?
4. Okay, that's Stacy's
69.
20.
No, that's fine.
No, that's fine.
Stacy 4 and 20. Okay.
Nice.
With a character named Fernando. It's true. Mologai was referencing Fernando a lot that Sunday.
go.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, so in response to Adva not really knowing anything about it, I do say, well, according to the Stacys, 4 and 20, as you've said,
Place it.
just Blaze. Am I right? I don't smoke weed.
Adva does, though. Probably.
Anyway, as my character was saying, I did hear from them that a lot of disappearances have been happening around the hiking trail, mainly. Like, not necessarily
Somewhere in that general geology.
Wes laughs a little bit.
I do say that.
The one
They
that's,
also said geology instead of geometry, but you know.
Wait.
Wait a minute. Shut up. It's only because Molo guy said it earlier.
I
It's only
legitimately-
because he said it earlier.
Connor legitimately like closes his phone, sets it down, and then just like stares at Wes.
It's only because Molo guy said it earlier. Wes does not say that. He says geography like a smart kid because he is.
Say that, please. This is being a really good character.
Yeah,
to
Wes
Wes
is
is
smarter than me.
Act
Roll
under pressure.
Roll under.
God damn it. Fucking shit. Fuck you, Molo guy. This is your fault for saying geology or geometry earlier. It got stuck in my brain and I couldn't stop thinking about it. All right. Under pressure. What do I roll for that?
Pressure.
I roll
under
sharp
pressure?
instead of cool when I act under pressure because of my thing. Can I do that?
What
Yeah.
does it apply?
Yes. It says roll plus sharp instead of plus cool when you act under pressure.
What is the move
Yes.
called again?
I've read about this sort of thing.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
So roll that move, I think, if it lets you.
Oof.
7. You say geometry. No, that doesn't make any sense.
Geometry.
You say geogratry.
I
That is-
sigh.
That is the mixed result
And-
that I give you.
That's better.
Have crashed
I get
into
on a
each other.
7 to 9. The keeper gives you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay.
Yeah, I mean, you've given me a better outcome, and I appreciate it. You really didn't have to, but you did. Anyway, can we move past this topic of conversation and into the important fact that, yeah, those Stacy said it was happening around the hiking trail.
That's the one up there, right? She gestures vaguely.
I assume I've only just started here myself, so
Is there a Pouchmon stop there?
There is.
again, what?
I blame
Oh, yeah. I mean,
It's-
that one's
it's-
kind of
it-
out of the way, but
It's
when I'm desperate, I
it's
go
a
there
stat-
sometimes.
It's a statue that's near some benches, and it's a statue of the founder of Maplebrook.
him. Can't believe our main geography thing for our entire section is just the satchel monster.
I think you mean geogratry.
No. So then, as my character, I say, "Oh yeah, it's that one next to the statue of Ace."
Oh,
Okay.
I
Yes.
wonder if that holds any significance to the disappearances or not.
You can't ask
Anyway,
me.
I said
You
that
can't
apropos
ask.
of nothing. So
You can't ask me that
Shrug.
question.
I'm
She
not.
shrugs. She
I was
shrugs.
wondering as Swissy, so you know.
Doug doesn't know.
Doug has no idea.
Doug is still
Doug.
here.
No, he's out. He's not here.
Okay, good.
You can feel the presence of the Doug, even though he is not.
Is
present.
Doug my goddamn roommate? Because I will kill you.
No.
Will you kill Doug though?
No, I can't commit murder.
It's only murder if you get
Anyway,
It's only
Anyway,
murder if it's not
this-
Doug.
so this might sound a little weird to ask two people I've just met, but do we want to check that out sometime? See what might be going on over there.
I mean, I'll go hit the stop either way, I guess.
I mean, I'm inclined to come with you then.
I've got practice.
You don't.
All right.
I don't.
All right.
Wait,
Okay.
wait,
No,
I-
your
wait,
practice.
wait,
Your
wait.
practices are in
What
the
day is it?
morning. It's Monday.
No, that's self practice. Practices are on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay. I will write that down.
I just
All
pulled
right.
from my previous swimming team experience.
Well, there you go. Geomancy.
Okay. So I didn't give a time frame. So do you just practice all the time, or what's the deal?
It's 24 hours on Tuesdays and
See,
Thursdays.
From
I
mid-
kind of
from
just
mi-
gave you
midnight
vague
to-
offer to go, and you said I've got practice. So it kind of makes it seem like you don't want to go.
I practice every morning, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays I have school sanctioned practice for 3 hours.
I
after
see.
Class.
What day is today, by the way, Ninja?
It's
Monday.
Monday. We
It's Monday.
established this
I've said this
earlier.
several times.
Wait. You said who?
It's Monday.
Okay.
So you don't have
Boco
practice,
and
and you
Ninja both
lied.
talked at the same time on my end, so you know.
It's Monday, dudes.
Goddamn.
Monday.
It's Moose Day, the secret
I mean-
day between Monday and Tuesday.
If you don't have anything else going on after school today, we could. I mean, it always helps to have 3. You know, safety
Sorry.
team.
Safety
I'm not doing
team.
anything.
You know, safety in numbers and all that. And 3 is a bigger number than 2.
Did you
Not
use your
bad.
geometry? Did you use your
Did you
geometry
use
for
it?
that?
Fuck all of you.
No.
Are you saying no to the offer, Boco?
No, I say no. She said I'm not busy.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
You also said it's not a crowd though, because it was. Three's a
Three's a
party,
crowd.
four's a crowd.
I think
Right?
three's a
Is that
crowd
how-
is. I believe three's a crowd is actually the fucking phrase, but don't worry about it.
No, I think it's 4 is a crowd.
All right, so
I
after
I
fu-
think I don't care.
after fucking pulling teeth to get Boco involved in the conversation, the
I
three
do.
of
I
And the
do.
plot.
Quick aside, I do text my sister saying that I won't be at the bus stop to get picked up.
she sends you back dope, and then she sends you a second message that was like, "That was kind of mean. I'll see you at home."
Nice. So she's only putting on a persona on the outside, I see. But in texting,
Goth's
But
gonna be
it's
cool.
still, but
she is the same.
But it did hurt all the same.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds good. I mean, if you're going to go anyway, I feel like with the disappearances, it'd be good to have somebody with you anyway. So, that's why I offered.
yes,
That sounds
he says slightly flatly.
all right.
Well, anyways, I gotta get to
Yeah.
microeconomics.
A
So
bell rings, which is weird because this school doesn't have periods because, as I've been informed, that's not
my
how
phone
college
alarm
works, which
goes
I
off.
know. Your phone alarm goes off, which tells you that it's time for your next class, almost. So, yeah, the rest
yeah,
of
and
your
I stroll away.
the rest of your classes
Now-
go by uneventfully, except for West. You notice one of the Stacy's like kind of glancing back at you during one of your classes, but like
Ooh, West got game.
Hey,
he sure
I
doesn't.
just kind of avert my eyes.
You just pay attention to the class harder, which is just so boring. Anyway, it's now
Well, for a guy like West, it's pretty interesting, but
it's the end of
He will
it's
write
the
it in
end of the
his journal
school day.
tonight.
We're gonna say about like 6 p.m. maybe. West, you still haven't really been back to your room, but like, you can get to that later.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'll get to that at the end of the night.
Yeah, so it's like
I
6-ish. All classes are wrapped up for the day,
Solid.
except for the night classes. But none of you have night classes because you're not terrible people.
Right.
I don't know. My guy would have a big problem with it. I'll be honest.
Fair. You've got some free time. How's that? So you
The percent of
decide to
free time
take the
you
hiking
waste.
trail. The hiking trail actually passes by the school, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah,
Oh,
it
have we
actually
already all met
it,
up, by the way. Or...
you meet up like right outside. You meet up outside the dorms because that's like the easiest place to get to. And the
I have
dorms.
my phone charged, plugged into a power brick.
Oh, you've got a portable charger.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Battery pack.
Yeah, it's 20,000 mAh.
Mega amps.
Mega hams.
It has a flashlight built in.
Mega hams.
Oh, that's fun.
I say
Uh,
clicking the flashlight on and off.
Alright, so you meet up. The hiking trail actually goes right past the dorms and through Revelry Lane, which is a kind of like a. It's kind of just like a walking path that's near the dorms for like kids to exercise at if they don't want to go on the hiking trail, since the hiking trail is kind of a bit more perilous given that it goes like into woods. Revelry Lane is kind of like a path just kind of filled with cool gardens for students to chill at.
Oh, it's like
But the hiking trail cuts through it essentially.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you make your way over that. You cross over the river that splits off on that eventually feeds into the main river. As you walk up to the flap, you come.
I spend a long time looking at the water. Sorry.
Okay?
I like swimming and water.
I see.
Water fetish.
No, I'm
No.
not that character from Free. They're different.
So yeah, you cross the bridge. You hike up the trail about 20 minutes or so, and you come upon a statue of Ace. I don't remember the
Ace
middle name.
Ace P. Hagriff.
Ace P. Hagriff, the founder of Maplebrook, and there's also a park bench
And his
nearby.
powerful mustache.
There's a park bench nearby. Why don't you? So what do you do? You get there. What do you do?
I collect the pouch of non-stop.
You get a couple of good balls.
Nice.
Ew.
Good balls.
It's middling, but it's an okay.
All right.
You get a couple of mid balls and a great potion.
I'm observing the nearby woodline.
Okay, so if you're looking around, how about you investigate a mystery?
I will. How
That's
do I
you,
do that?
You
Let me
roll
Roll sharp.
roll plus sharp.
You're
Hell
good
yeah,
one.
I'm good at that. Hell yeah.
7. So on a 7 to 9, you get to hold 1.
No,
You can...
no.
Oh.
That's a 13.
What?
That's a 13.
Where? I see 7.
The 7
That
is
was
his
my
sharp
previous
roll
roll.
from earlier. Yeah.
Oh, did it not?
His
Yeah,
new one's
that's a
right below it.
13.
Is it just
Yeah,
not
it's a
showing up
13.
for me?
Scroll down.
Go down.
I am scrolled down.
That's weird, 'cause
Refresh.
I see it.
I also see
On
it.
stream,
Yeah.
it shows 7 as the bottommost roll, but that's not the one I just did.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'm going to
I
refresh the
also see
room.
13.
Okay, there it is.
It was
So that's a
definitely
13. Yeah, so on a 13, okay, investigate a mystery. There we go. Okay. So on a 12 or on a 10 plus, you hold 2. So you can ask 2 of the following questions: What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What's it going to do? What is being concealed here? So there, with stuff like this, I will not lie to you, because that's, I mean, why on earth would I do that?
It would defeat the
But
purpose.
Right.
but yeah, you can. But you also can only ask questions that, like, within the context of what you'd be able to,
Yeah.
what would make sense for you to be able to find here.
So
So-
those holds get used when I ask those questions, right?
Yes. So you hold 2.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna ask what's being concealed here.
So as you kind of investigate around the bench, you see that there's a backpack sitting on it that's doesn't seem to have anything missing from it. It's like unzipped. There's a couple of water bottles laying on the ground as if they were just like dropped there. There's also a pair of headphones, and you see some footsteps walking over into the bushes near the forest path, and if you follow them, it goes right up to the tree line, but it doesn't seem to, like, there's some, like, wet dirt behind the bushes, and it seems like they just keep going. So that is what is being concealed here, is, like, footsteps, footprints leading into the woods. And also the, I mean, I guess that wasn't really concealed. That's just stuff you could see. But, yeah.
Right. I do call out to my, acquaintances.
Right.
There's footsteps here and some ditched school stuff. Do you think this belonged to those girls?
Maybe.
I guess it would make sense to bring around water if they were going to be running for a long time.
Right.
Be a late runner.
Oh, I do have one more, don't I?
Yes, you can ask one more
What
question.
happened here is what I'll ask.
Okay, so, you get the sense that whoever these belong to, they came through here on just like they're the stuff other than the water bottles just being kind of dropped on the ground, and like the water would have dried by now on, like, pavement, but like the cap is off. It seems like they were like just kind of dropped there. The backpack seems like it was like, it doesn't seem to be distressed. There's nothing missing, so it doesn't look like they were like robbed. The footprints don't seem to be like in a particular hurry going toward the woods. Like, they're not spaced out as if somebody was running. They're just kind of like regular walking pace. It does look like there was a bit of like struggle around some of the footprints where they like meet up for a second. But shortly afterwards, it seems that they just go into the woods with no like impedance at all. So near as you can tell, whoever was here stopped for a drink, probably. One of them like one of them kind of like stood off the path. The other one walked up to them, and then they both walked into the woods.
Kind of weird for them to leave all their stuff if they're just going to be doing off-trail hiking.
I do kind of observe this aloud, by the way. I'm not gonna go through.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can act on this information as long as it makes sense for you to be like, hey, this is what I think happened.
So, do you think they
looks
saw?
like they went in there of their own will?
So was there like something either they saw in the woods that they wanted to go check out?
Maybe. The real question I guess I should ask is, should we go check it out? Is there a Pokestop in the woods?
Why would
No.
there be a Pokestop in the woods?
I'm trying to think of a reason that to get Connor to.
Well, I
Pursue
mean,
it.
I did clear this one already, so I guess I'm free for the moment.
Yeah, you've
for
got
at
like
least
10,
5
you've got
minutes,
you got
yes.
5 minutes till that shit refreshes.
It is kind of weird that there's just footprints leading off into the woods. So I mean, we might want to follow them. If nothing
Right.
else, if we see them go turn back towards like civilization or something, then
Right.
we'll have some more information to tell campus police.
Exactly.
Where is the? Sorry, I'm trying to see where we are on the map.
You're
So-
kind of like off the map right now. You're off
I
the
was
right
looking
side
where
of the
hi-
map.
I was looking at where the hiking trail was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are off the right side of the map.
So we've gone over the river to the right.
Yes.
Okay.
But not over the big river,
Yeah,
Right.
no, that
which I
Okay,
think the
so
trail
we're-
does
we're in the-
eventually.
it does
And then it
cross.
goes right through my backyard.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so we're in
Nice.
that delta.
It
bit.
cuts
Okay.
close to like the rich neighborhood.
In what direction did they walk off towards to? Was it down towards the river or up away from it towards? The
Away
river?
from the river north.
Okay.
I'll begin following the footprints.
Okay.
I will follow suit.
Yeah. I will,
All right. So
I
you
guess
guys
I'll
walk for
follow
a
them.
little bit into the woods. Let me see.
Second.
I have
gonna pin
notes
the map
about
so
this.
I can find it. Oh wait, I can't pin them.
So as you guys are walking into the woods, the sun is not quite setting yet. It's like what's the word I'm looking for? Like
7, 8.
yeah, it took you guys a
What
bit
time
of
of
hike
year
here,
is
so
this,
it's like
actually?
it's I don't know, dog, like fall.
Okay, so it's probably like 7:30.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit late, but not like so late. And you guys know where the trail is. Like it's easy to get back to it. As long as you walk in a
Josh has
straight line, you
flashlight
can
on
just.
his phone as he.
I mean,
Yeah, Josh has a flashlight on his fucking power
on my
brick.
power bank.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, oh, I see.
I also probably have a cell phone that has like the flashlight function on
Yeah.
it or whatever.
So as you guys walk into the woods, one of you hears we'll say, Adva. You hear a shuffling noise coming from somewhere off to your left. It doesn't necessarily sound like it's approaching you, but you do hear it. So what do you do?
I probably I listen for a little bit to make sure I'm actually hearing it and I'm not just hearing like.
Okay, so I would say that would be let's say read a bad situation.
Okay, read a bad situation, and what do I roll for that?
Shit, that
you
means
roll-
it's a bad situation, y'all.
You roll plus sharp. No, it's just this is the one that applies because you can add these. This is the one that's like
It's as close as you're gonna
Right,
yeah
right.
get. Nothing forward.
7.
That's
So
fit.
on a 7 to 9, hold 1. So you can ask one of these questions of me. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? What's the best way to protect the victims?
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Okay, so as you're focusing
Yeah.
on this shuffling noise, you actually hear shuffling from the other direction as well. And that
the
shuffling
right.
seems a lot less like it seems whoever's on your right was, or what did I say, left before?
The left was first.
Whatever's on your left is like trying to be sneaky. Whatever's on your right isn't trying to be sneaky at all. It's just, and it's also coming straight towards you, whereas it seemed like whatever on your left was like shuffling kind of in the same direction you were going. So-
Okay.
So you turn that way and you see stumbling out of the bushes two, we're gonna say like middle-aged, like 30s looking men who look completely pale and slack-jawed, and they're wearing like damp hunting gear. They don't have like they don't have like weapons or anything, but they're
we know.
Yeah.
The type. I think.
yeah, they're dressed in like fucking like vests and
Yeah.
Yeah.
fucking hunter hats. And these two dudes are like stumbling towards you, slack-jawed and without any expression in their eyes.
Who am I walking next to right now? Who's in front? Is what I'm asking.
Well, I think
Connor led the
Connor was
charge
I think
So
Connor was
I-
taking the charge.
I tap Weast on the shoulder. Hey.
Yeah. Oh, holy shit.
They're still about 30 feet away, and they're not like running. They're just kind of like walking in your direction.
That's concerning.
You gonna do something about it?
Me? Oh, also I should ask, do we have our equipment from the very get-go, or what?
Nope.
Because one of mine is a silver sword and a blessed knife. So,
Nope.
I mean...
I assume I don't have my gear item yet.
No, you
I
don't
just wanted
have
to
it
make
yet.
sure.
No, you don't have it yet.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun, isn't it?
So,
what
obviously,
do you do?
being
Oh, also,
unprepared
Boco,
as
Boco, I should ask you, or I should let you know as well. If you act on the answer that you get +1 ongoing while the information is relevant.
Okay.
So that means basically whatever roll you get a +1 to, as long as the
Yeah, get a
information
+1
you
for it,
received
yeah.
it matters.
Okay, and that was that the people were approaching from the right
Yep.
side. Yeah.
The people, and you do feel that there is something off about them.
they don't look healthy.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a white person before?
Do we have reception out here to where we can call the campus police?
You're a bit off the beaten path, so I'm gonna go with no.
Okay. Shit.
They are now getting closer to you, where they're getting close enough. As Connor, are you reacting to this at all as your two teammates?
Oh,
Stop?
do I notice them? I didn't know if they were
how far
pointing out to me or not.
You're
Now
in the
we're in
front.
camouflage.
How far?
They were in camouflage.
Of us are you?
I don't know, like 5 feet.
Okay.
So you hear them stop and begin like talking amongst themselves.
Yeah, I'll stop and turn around.
Do you shine
What,
a light?
did you guys notice something?
I point over at the people coming at us from the right.
I shine the flashlight that way.
Oh, one.
Okay, so as the flashlight hits them, you notice that their skin seems like pale and a little bit like gross in a way, and also their eyeballs are like completely whited over.
Oh, yeah.
They look not good. There was pouch stop like on the trail. There was a pouch stop like on the trail, but they've been walking for a bit. Mallow guy.
Well, you know. West not only seems a little creeped out, but actually there's like a slight bit of elation in his expression at seeing these dudes. It's kind of weird, but we'll not get into that. But he
So
looks
actually,
too...
as you shine the light on them, they both like groan and begin like shuffling towards Connor with speed.
Uh-oh.
I
Are
feel
you guys okay?
I feel like we are unprepared for this, and we should go get somebody.
Okay.
Grab
As
his collar.
you guys are
Sure.
preparing to react to this, you hear from your left the sound of somebody like running towards you now,
Oh.
which is the other direction.
I reach forward and grab Connor by the collar of his shirt and pull him back.
I allow myself to be pulled.
Yeah, you hear somebody on your left yell, "Get down!"
I do so.
I get down.
Get down. I don't remember.
You start
the
rapidly
lyrics of the
dancing.
song.
You start rapidly dancing in flailed movements.
One
As
of us
through
tilts
the
concrete
bushes,
in
and
the game that is-
an elderly man wearing overalls over a plaid shirt with a MU baseball cap. It's not Westad. With an MU baseball
It's not Westad.
cap, bursts out of the bushes and holding what appears to be some kind of like flail, like a medieval flail, which seems super
Oh,
weird.
Oh shit.
I know what you're
And
talking
he
about.
takes a swing at one of the guys, and it clips them in the shoulder, which is enough to like get it to slow down. But like it's not. It doesn't seem to have done as much like damage. It seems like he was trying to like just kind of catch their attention.
Right.
And he quickly eyeballs the three of you as the two monsters are like stumbling back. He kicks the other one in the chest to get it to like go away a little bit. And he goes, "Are you all right?"
I think we're fine.
Yeah, for the moment.
I might need a little bit of help with this. This is a little weird. This is gonna get weird. Here, he takes out from his pocket. He takes out a couple of like what look like rings, as your flashlight beam glints off of them, and he throws them to. He throws one to Conner, and he throws one to West.
I see.
And he kind of eyeballs the three of you, and he's like, "Two of you may not need these. Whatever, we'll get into it. We'll get into it later. Just like think real hard about fighting, and it'll do the thing. I don't."
Oh my god.
As that happens, like one of the monsters like slams him with an arm, and he like grunts and tries to block it with the like handle of the flail. It's like, little help, please.
Time like present. Then
Little help, please.
I
Would be appreciated.
I slap the ring on.
Nice.
That's not how
Is
this
it a
works.
slap on?
That's not how rings work.
I put the ring on like a ring, and
It's a ring.
and then I guess I picture fighting, and
What is your
Fight-
picture fighting?
Fighting to
and
you.
my picture of fighting is of course a fucking magnum revolver.
I was really hoping your
A-
picture fighting
so-
that you were
so,
in your head was
a weird
actual
thing
revolver.
happens when you do that, Connor. As light sort of like forms in your hand, it seems to like be coming from the ring, and in your hand you suddenly hold a fucking gun. Seeing
Alright.
seeing Connor with a gun now, what do the two of you do?
Guys,
Boco, I will
definitely
remind you
fight.
Boco, that as we discussed, your like necklace thing can transform into a trident, and I think you know that.
Yes. Yeah, I'll assume I know that.
Also, this is straight up a dirty, hairy revolver. It's like an absolute unit of a revolver.
I'm very confused, but I go with it,
Dirty
and I
con.
slap the ring on.
Again,
I
not how
imagine
rings work.
fighting. Well, you know, I slap it on.
And what do you get? Which of your equipments
I-
will you summon?
I suddenly feel my
In
bag.
brightest
It feels a little bit
darkest night.
heavier, so I reach inside.
No
And I
evil
pull out
shall
a knife that almost seems to be glowing with like a golden hue,
those
Ooh.
who worship evil's might.
as if it might be, in fact,
Beware
a
my
blessed
power.
knife.
A fucking magnum.
A hashtag bless knife.
Yeah, it's a blessed.
Sorry, Josh has to do his Magnum incantation before he can use it
All right.
once.
So one of you has a gun. One of you has a knife.
I reach up to my.
He
I
turns
pop
back to you
my-
as he's like trying to hold this guy off of him with the flail. He looks back to you. He's like, "Sorry, I only have the two rings. You've got a thing."
I reach up to my clip. I pull it off the necklace. I flip like the handle things down, squeeze it so like the mouth opens. I put my hand over where the opening was and start pulling. And I pull my trident out of the mouth of the paperclip.
Wes
so
is
that's why
she has
absolutely
that.
fucking
So the-
shocked.
So the three of you see that happen.
This is the craziest shit he has ever seen in his goddamn life.
I
You
spin
know,
it around.
my binder kits don't do that.
I spin it around in a circle and do like one of those flourish things.
All right, cool. So you've got some monsters in front of you. What do you want to do? This is kind of like freeform. You don't have, you're
I
not in
kick
a
some
specific-
ass.
All right. What do you do to kick some ass? You gonna fucking blast it?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot
Oh
the
my God.
fucking the fucking dude with my gun.
Which one? The one that's like on top of him, or the one that he like kicked away?
The one on top of him.
Okay.
That's dangerous.
Roll to kick some ass.
Okay. And
So just so you know, when you kick some ass, that means the thing gets to hit you also. Just so you know.
Well, it depends on range, right?
Yes.
Because like if I have my gun's close, so if I'm close, but their attack is like intimate, and they're
yeah,
not
yeah.
close enough, then I
I-
hit them and they don't hit me. I
Is
think.
it possible for me to help out in any way? Since that is a
Maybe
thing.
see what he rolls.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have unholy strength, so when I kick some ass, I roll my plus weird instead.
Yep. So that's a 10. On a 10 plus, so you inflict whatever your weapon's harm is.
3.
So you're good.
Yeah, this thing is not. Okay, and on a 10 plus, you get to choose one extra effect. You gain the advantage, take +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, +1 harm. You suffer less harm, -1 harm, or you force them where you want them.
I inflict terrible harm.
You fucking like fucking Neo in the Matrix who doesn't shoot a gun, I think, at any point. You fucking you fucking line up the bullseye, and like right as this mysterious older gentleman like ducks out of the way, seeing you aim at him, and the monster stumbles forward, or the dude stumbles. But you don't know it's a monster. I mean, you could probably figure that out based on the context clues. The monster stumbles forward. You blast him right in the fucking face, and he staggers. He seems real bad off. But
Jesus Christ.
He then like snaps back up like the Undertaker to his feet and starts walking towards you now with speed.
Okay, so
And he takes a. Do you have any natural armor?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't believe so. That'd be
Okay.
under like my gear, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't have anything listed.
All right. He takes a swing at you in return for this, but it only deals 1 harm.
So how do I mark that now?
There's
do one
a
check for
harm
dying.
box. Yeah.
There's a harm box. It has okay and dying. On
You
it.
start at the
Oh, so I
okay.
take the first check at okay.
Yeah. So now one of the other two of you can react. What do you do?
okay.
You have a knife. You have a knife. Connor is being
I have
swung
a
at.
knife.
You have a knife. Connor's being swung at by this dude.
Oh, that's not a knife.
I just try to get in there, and I just try to jump right into it. and
You're
jab the
gonna
dude.
jump right into it and jab the dude. All right.
Jump right into
Yeah,
it.
I don't have much toughness, but really my options are thin.
All right.
So with Connor in
that-
danger. Oh wait. No, that
Unless
would
you have
also
a
be toughness.
Unless you have a specific thing you could think of that wouldn't.
Well, one thing I was gonna
that wouldn't put you
try
in
and
harm's
do-
way. That would be so. If you can find a way to beat its ass without putting yourself in harm's way, that would be like the thing that would get you to not kick some ass, and you do something else instead.
Okay.
Well, you could try reading a bad situation, I guess, if you just want to buff yourself.
The situation's already like
Oh, okay.
Bad.
you don't need to read the bad situation. You've got it. You think?
It's an open book. So
Oh yeah, did I curve
So
the bullet?
I don't
But
think
did
you had
swing
to.
your gun when you shot?
I'm gonna say no. Because it's a fucking magnum. If you tried to do that, you'd break your arm.
Yeah.
I
They're
feel
big ass guns.
So what I want to see if I can do
Okay.
is shit.
Describe to me
I don't
the
want to see
thing.
if I can shit.
You can
Um,
miraculously.
Now, do you have the
So I
normal
was looking-
moves list up, Swissy?
I do.
That may help.
Yes, but my moves aren't very combative.
Well, no, there's like the basic moves.
Yeah, I'm looking at those.
I see.
So I was looking in the use magic section, and what I think I wanted to try and do was to trap a specific person, minion, or monster, ideally if I roll right. So what I was gonna try and do was like swerve behind the one that's focused on Josh and see if I can hold it stable for him. Or
using
something.
some sort of like blessed knife powers.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
So you tap
roll
into
these.
holy magic's a thing you don't necessarily know you can do, but
Yeah,
You
it's
just
very
look-
surprising. I'm just kind of going with the flow right now and thinking about fighting a lot.
okay. So go ahead and use magic. That's a 9. On a 7 to 9, it works imperfectly. Choose your effect and a glitch. Keeper will decide what effect the glitch has. So what you wanted to do is bar. What were you trying to do? Trap a specific person, minion, or monster.
Yes.
Okay, and the glitches
To
are
stabilize it, basically.
So the glitches are the effect is weakened, the effect is of short duration, you take 1 harm, ignore armor, the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, or it has a problematic side effect. You
I will
pick
say
one
the
of
effect
those.
is of short duration would be the one I would.
Okay, so you're able to as you like dash behind this this like zombie-esque monster, you feel some sort of power channeling through your knife, and you hold the knife out. Oh, sorry. Bye, Milo Guy. It'll be up on YouTube next week. Good night. You feel the power of the knife, like vibrating, and then you hold it forward, and from the knife, several beams of light shoot out and fly over this monster, and splash down around it, so it has like a
Swords of revealing light. Hell
it,
yeah.
it has
Oh
a
my
it has a
god.
cage. You don't know Yu-Gi-Oh. It has or West doesn't know Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's got like kind of a magic cage around it, but you
Okay.
feel, but it's like flickering, so you feel like it doesn't have a particularly strong effect.
Right. I did just kind of do it on the fly, so.
Right. Okay, so yeah, there's that. Adva, what would you like to do?
Right.
3
So,
monsters laying
so
up.
with my trident, I want to know something.
That's so sick.
So it's listed as a hand weapon. What does that entail? Because there's something I want to do with it that you would normally do with tridents, but I don't know if the game will allow me to.
Are you going? Do you want to throw it?
I want to throw it to see if I can throw it hard enough to pin one of them to a tree.
Holy shit.
Let me try to. Okay, I'm gonna try to look it up.
You could propel it with magic.
Trident is 3 harm, hand, silver, holy.
I'm gonna look up what hand does real quick because that's
Yeah, 'cause
information.
that's
that-
what
Hand means that it's like it's like arm's length
yeah,
range. It's like intimate is like you have to touch the person. Hand is like a sword or an axe or something.
Or
Yeah.
a knife.
And then close is the range beyond that, which is like my gun. And
Right.
then I think there's one beyond that, but I don't think many
Far.
weapons have it. I think
Area
there's
far.
far.
It's like
I have
far.
Yeah. Yeah, hand.
Well, look at Mr. I have a billion weapons.
I
only
can't.
have
I'm
3.
still kind of sad that I didn't take 5 demon bag because that also sounds incredible.
Okay,
Maybe I'll
so yeah, what are you trying to do?
So basically, I want to hurl my trident in a straight line to see if I can pin one of the zombies to a tree.
Okay. Let me see. I think that'll be kick some ass because what you're trying to like you're trying to force them where you want them, and you're actively attacking it.
Yes.
Okay. So
What do
yeah,
I roll for that?
you roll kick some ass plus tough.
Sweet.
8. Okay, on a 7+, you and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. The amount of harm is based on the established stages in the game. Usually inflicts you, so you inflict the harm rating of your weapon, and
Which is 3.
yeah. So you inflict 3 harm on this thing as it. You don't throw it quite hard enough to get it to like stumble backwards into a tree, and as you throw it at that, it like it was like starting to move towards west, but instead snaps towards you, and sprints towards you and like hits you with like a tackle, and you take 1 harm as you fall to the ground.
Okay.
Oofy.
So you
I
said
don't know
that
if
was
it gives Josh any sort of advantage that mine is held still. I don't know how that works.
I would say I would give him 1 forward on that.
Okay.
So I guess the other like elderly man stands back to his feet after getting like fucking after dodging out of the way of Josh's fucking gun. He's like, great job. Oh shit. And he picks up his flail and takes a swing at the monster that is on top of Adva, and he knocks it aside for 1 harm with his flail. He's very old.
Yeah.
So, kind of whoever wants to jump in now.
Okay, so West, the one that I was aiming at, West is now like actively.
It's in a light
He's
cage,
holding
but
it
it
with
doesn't look
magic?
like it.
Okay,
It doesn't look like it's gonna last very long.
so I can shoot it without like shooting West because he's like
Yes.
at a distance.
Yes.
Then I attempt to shoot it again.
All right. I'm gonna say, since it's like contained and can't really hit you, I'm gonna say you just kind of do it. So.
Okay, so just roll with my normal
Yeah, I would say just 3 harm.
weird.
Well, I don't unless you're attacking it with something else.
No, I was just rolling my gun.
I was gonna say act under pressure, so that's fine. If what you set out to do is shoot it, then you did that on a 10+.
Okay.
So yeah, you do it. Actually, on a 12+, you may choose to either do what you wanted and something extra, or do what you wanted to absolute perfection.
What is the absolute perfection of shooting something with a gun?
Shooting it dead.
Good.
You shoot it, and you know what? 3 harm was going to be enough to do it anyway, but yeah, you shoot it, and it goes down, and it doesn't move anymore.
Well, I mean, I think I'll do something extra if I can then.
Hell yeah.
Sure. What do you want to do extra?
What kind of extra things are we thinking? Are they talking about?
It just
Something
says you.
extra.
It just says you wanted to do something and something extra. If it's too extreme, I might make you roll for it. But like, if you just want to like, if you wanted to use your move that heals yourself, you could do that.
Yeah. Sweet.
So
Yeah, I'll
that's
try that.
What
So
do you
I'll
have to
try
roll for
using-
that?
Unquenchable vitality. I do. I roll plus cool.
Okay. It's a 9. So what does it say on a 7 to 9? Remind me.
7 to on a 7 to 9, I heal 1 harm and stabilize my injuries.
Okay. So you see the like as this thing, and I think it like swiped at you, right?
Yeah.
Like so the two of you see as that zombie had like swung at Connor, it like clipped his arm and like ripped his sleeve and cut into his skin a little bit, and you see the blood you see the wound just kind of like close up as if it never happened, and you may erase 1 harm.
Sick.
Man, none of you have failed any rolls tonight yet. Good job.
Yay.
Okay.
I look at Connor, still in mild shock at what's going on, but kind of rolling with it.
Okay.
And I like, release the magic, and I'm just like, huh.
Okay.
Let's
still one
help
more
the
zombie.
others.
Still one more zombie. It is
Yes,
it is
there is.
currently on the ground near Adva as Flail Man knocked it off of him, or knocked it off of her.
I fucking huck my knife. Just
Okay.
gets up and moves quickly.
You guys love throwing your melee weapons.
Wait, can I huck it?
You
Boco.
can.
Well,
Huck the thing.
Boco
Okay,
hucked
yeah,
a
yeah,
trident,
yeah.
so why
Yeah,
not?
yeah,
What?
because trident is a throwing
If
weapon.
if you throw
So
it,
since
you
it's on
won't.
the ground-
If you throw it, you won't have it anymore, though.
Well,
It is on the ground, though, so like that may not be wholly necessary.
Okay, well then I don't huck my knife. I think about hucking it, and then instead, I get in there and I
Just
I
jump right
try
into
to
it.
stab it
Dive
as
right into
precisely
it.
as I can in the vicinity of its head.
Okay, kick some ass.
I sure will. Once I pull that back up. I don't know why I closed it in the first place. That's tough, right?
Yep,
Tough, yeah.
All right.
that's an 8. Okay, so on a 7+, you and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. So what's the damage rating of your knife?
I believe it is 2. Let me double check. That is 2. And it's also holy. I don't know if that matters for zombos.
I don't think it does for these ones in particular. So so as you plunge the knife into this thing, like right before you get it in there, it like you take a step that's just a little bit too close to it, and it takes a bite at your ankle,
Ah,
which hurts a great deal, and you feel it pierce skin through your pants. So that so you take 1 harm,
okay.
but you bite through the pain, you grit your teeth, and you plunge the dagger down into its face, and it shrieks for a moment and then stops moving.
Ah. Ow.
So you've taken care of the threats. It is now in the melee. You didn't realize that the sun had begun to set, and the 3 of you begin to hear singing. And
fuck.
you begin to feel a little bit like lightheaded and fuzzy as the singing starts, and then like right as it starts, the old man pulls out 3 sets of like construction earmuffs, like the stuff that they wear at like job sites to like muffle them. Yeah.
You're
And he slams one of those on each of your heads, and instantly the fuzziness like stops, and and he, now that you definitely can't hear him, he like signals to you to like follow him, and he starts moving back towards the path, still with weapon
I
drawn.
do so with a mild limp because ouchie, my leg.
I'll try to help West walk.
I
Okay.
pick up my trident, not forgetting it.
Like I'll do the let him lean on me thing,
Yeah.
Lean on me.
So as you guys walk back towards,
just so we can hustle.
yeah, so you guys all limp back toward the path. The elderly man continues to lead you back towards the school building, and he leads you towards just at like the edge of campus. There's a shack where the groundskeeper keeps all their shit. And he, as you get back towards the building, he signals that it's okay to, like, he takes his earmuffs off and nods back at the three of you. And sure enough, when you take them off, there you can't hear the singing anymore from this distance. So he's like, I'm sure you have a lot of questions. You follow me in here. I'll answer anything I can. And he opens the door to his shack, where a warm light is spilling from. And he enters.
And we enter.
I'll give both people like a look and then kind of like shrug, and sort of
with
walk
me on
in.
your shoulders, and I almost fall over because of it.
It's a half shrug.
Oh, yeah.
Half a shrug. Okay.
Half a shrug. I follow. I
Okay.
don't know where else to be.
You follow. Okay.
I got
And
fall down.
given that it is now 2:15 in the a.m., I think that's a nice enough cutoff point.
Yes.
So-
into the shack, never
the-
to be seen again.
Yes. So at the end of session, you guys get to mark some experience based on some things. So Keeper will ask the following questions: Did we conclude the current mystery? Gonna go with no.
No.
Did we save
No.
someone from certain death or worse?
We saved.
We helped the
future
old
people.
man.
We saved future people from certain death who might have run into those zombies.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with okay. So yeah, each of you will mark one experience for that.
Where's that on this?
Oh,
If
sorry,
you
sorry.
do
Wait,
the
so
hard
that's
bar.
1 point. That's 1 point. Wait a second.
Oh, I see.
Did we learn something new and important about the world? Some of you may have.
I sure did, or at least like
Wes learned some
a bit
things.
of it. I learned that it was a trident all along.
And did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? Again, I'm gonna
I
go
learned
with.
that it was a trident all along.
I'm gonna go with yes again. It seems I think you all learned some things about each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you get 1 or 2 yes answers, mark 1 experience. If you get 3 or 4, mark 2. So you all get to mark 2 experience. And
Sick.
so every time you fail a roll, you also get to mark experience. But I don't think any of you actually failed a roll.
Yeah.
So
No.
No, the lowest roll was like 7.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is just on the threshold.
Time.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
nothing
going to do
sticks
it
out.
for us tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. I know it was kind of a long one, and we ran a little bit late, but we also started real late because my job sucks sometimes.
Yeah,
Anyway,
be like that.
it'd be like that. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow for Final Fantasy. Click all the links. And yeah, have a good night.